Chapter 21:15. After Su Yin found the place that Yang Qi told him about, he knocked on the door according to the code. Sure enough, the person who occupied the hole opened the door from the inside. Su Yin entered this narrow space. Inside, there was a young man wearing black clothes, black glasses, and a hat. It was really awkward for two big men to squeeze into such a small space. The young man did not speak. He gave Su Yin a local phone and a document, and then left directly. The whole process only took a few seconds. Su Yin locked the door. There was nothing in the phone. It was empty. There was no contact at all. Then how could he contact the receiver? F***ck. The Hong Kong and Macau police were too ruthless. They just brought him here and that was it. Su Yin cursed as he opened the document. It recorded in detail some things that he needed to pay attention to. On the first page were some phone numbers that Su Yin had to remember. If he had these numbers to contact him, then they were his people. If there was any trouble that he couldn't solve and had to give up the mission, there was also a phone number that he could call. Su Yin did not need to remember the last number, because there was no such thing as giving up in his dictionary. There was really nothing in this world that could make Su Yin give up. The following was some detailed information. Su Yin's receiver was called Li Guang. Everyone called him Brother Guang. Only the high-ranking people in Hongdong society would call him Ah Guang, or Guangzai. And now Li Guang was drinking in a nightclub called Lan Bar that he was in charge of. That street was his territory, so absolutely no one dared to cause trouble in Lan Bar. There was a nightclub goddess in Lan Bar called Li Lian. She was the signature of Lan Bar, and also Li Guang's godsister. So no one dared to provoke this goddess. Now Su Yin let Li Guang know his identity. Knowing that he was Su Yin, he needed Li Guang to bring him into the society. He had to go to Lan Bar to provoke Li Lian and alert Li Guang. This way, Li Guang could confirm Su Yin's identity. As for the identity that both of them arranged for Su Yin, they were already very clear. When the two of them met, it would all depend on their acting skills. Whether life was exciting or not, it would depend on the two of them. The last sentence of the document was, "After reading, please destroy the document completely." Su Yin completely tore the document, threw it into the pit and washed it with water. What a melodramatic arrangement. Su Yin washed his hands in front of the sink and looked in the mirror. Did he look like a thirsty man? Causing trouble overseas because he slept with the boss's daughter, he met Li Guang in Hong Kong, and went to Hong Kong and Macau because he harassed the nightclub goddess. What the F***ck? Who the F***ck set this up? Can't you be a little more creative? Su Yin sighed. However, after pondering for a long time, he still couldn't think of any reliable ideas. This was the most direct way to prove that he was a bastard. Go. Let's go. After adjusting his mood, Su Yin took a taxi directly to Lan Bar. Lan Bar was located in a nightless street. This street had almost all kinds of entertainment venues and hotels. Li Guang could manage such a street. Obviously, he was a person that Wang Jingjin trusted quite a lot. In such a bustling street, the monthly income was still very considerable. If it wasn't someone that Wang Jingjin could trust, Wang Jingjin wouldn't have arranged for him to be in such a place. Su Yin reached his destination and went straight into the bar. It was now 11 o'clock at night. It was definitely the beginning of the nightlife in Hong Kong and Macau. The atmosphere in the bar was particularly hot, and there were many people. Many people who came here to consume were high-end white-collar workers. Because this was Brother Guang's place, no one would cause trouble in this place, so they could relax. Moreover, there were many beauties in this place. Other than Lan Bar's nightclub goddess Lillian, there were many other beauties. Moreover, as more and more high-class white-collar workers appeared here, girls who wanted to try a one-night stand would also come to this place to look. After all, the consumer quality here was generally higher. It was not easy to meet the kind of scumbag who secretly recorded you and uploaded it to the internet. Su Yin sat directly in front of the bar. A bottle of whiskey. What kind of whiskey do you want? Anything, Su Yin said. After that, he pointed to the black square on the wine cabinet behind him. This one. After receiving the wine, Su Yin drank it cleanly. He poured a full glass and downed it in one gulp. His forthright drinking style was really shocking. Even the bartender signaled him not to drink like this. It was easy to get drunk. Do you know my alcohol capacity? If you don't know, then don't be so sure. Su-yin said unhappily. If I ask you to get the wine, then get the wine. Why are you talking so much nonsense? The bartender saw that Su-yin was not a person to be trifled with, so he did not say much. Su-yin quickly drank the bottle of wine. At this time, the DJ introduced Lawn Bar's nightclub goddess Miss Lillian to dance for all the guests at the scene to liven things up. Su-yin lit a cigarette. He knew that it was time for his performance. Soon, a girl in a white sexy spaghetti strap skirt appeared on the center stage of the bar. The audience shouted Lillian's name. Su-yin looked. This nightclub goddess was just SOSO. Even with such beautiful makeup, she was just SOSO. It couldn't be helped. Su-yin was surrounded by the best beauties, so Lillian could only be said to be ordinary in front of him. Soon Lillian's enthusiasm livened up the atmosphere of the bar. Su-yin drank the last mouthful of wine, and pretended to squeeze through the crowd with the help of alcohol. He jumped to the center stage without saying a word. At this time the audience was a little surprised. Lillian on the stage was also surprised by what this man did. Su-yin said sorry in his heart. He hugged Lillian in his arms. His big hand unscrupulously grabbed under the short skirt. Ah! Lillian's scream drowned out the noisy music in the bar. When the bar's internal security rushed over, Su-yin had already taken advantage of the situation. Seeing someone harassing Lillian, the bar's internal security was of course not polite. They surrounded him and were about to beat him. Su-yin kicked all of them. Soon the bar became chaotic. Most of the people had the mentality of watching a show. They wanted to know what would happen to this guy who dared to cause trouble in Guangji's place. Soon, a man with a strong aura appeared with a dozen people. The bar's internal security was kicked until his face was swollen. He quickly went forward to complain. Guanggu, this guy is causing trouble and harassing Sister Lillian. Guanggu. Su-yin saw Li Guang's face under the colorful lights. Just as Li Guang ordered his subordinates to take action, Su-yin suddenly shouted, "It's you?" Li Guang was startled, but he quickly got into the zone. A long-term undercover person was indeed a long-term undercover person. Every day, he did a job 100 times harder than an actor. His adaptability was naturally not something an ordinary person could have. "It's you." Li Guang also showed a shocked expression. Although it was his first time seeing Su-yin, according to the instructions from above, he could already confirm Su-yin's identity. "Ah! I really didn't expect to see you in Hong Kong and Macau." After saying that, Su-yin jumped off the stage and went forward to give Li Guang a hug. At this time, everyone didn't know what to do. After all this time, the guy who caused trouble was actually Guangji's friend. Naturally, they didn't know what to do. The internal security who were beaten up were also stunned. It seemed that they were beaten up for nothing today. "Su-yin, I didn't expect you to still be so young." Li Guang smiled. "But how do you have time to come to Hong Kong and Macau to play?" Su-yin shook his head, as if it was difficult for him to speak. "Guanggu, if I say that I can't survive overseas and want to develop in Hong Kong and Macau, would you be willing to take me along?" Li Guang's face was full of disbelief. "How is that possible? Ha ha ha, with your courage and skills, where can you not survive? If you really want to develop in Hong Kong and Macau, then I really will need you to take care of me in the future." "Guanggu, I'm really not joking," Su-yin said. Li Guang was startled. "Then let's go over there and talk. What's going on?" Chapter 21:16. Li Guang brought Su-yin to a luxurious seat in the bar and sat down. The onlookers continued to do their own things, drinking and flirting. Only Li Guang's men still surrounded the two of them. "Brother, tell me, what's your situation?" Li Guang signaled his men to pour Su-yin a drink, and waved his hand to tell the girls to get lost. Su-yin followed the settings given to him by the Hong Kong and Macau department. He made up a story about how he got together with the boss's daughter overseas, how the boss broke down, and how he was kicked out. He told Li Guang in detail. Although Li Guang already knew about these matters, he still displayed a dumbfounded expression. His lackeys beside him were also shocked by Su-yin's legendary story and couldn't close their mouths. After I left the boss, I originally wanted to go back to Huaxia to develop. Su-yin. But Guangge, you also know that Huaxia's current situation is at least 20 years behind Hong Kong and Macau. I'm a person who is used to living in Europe and America. I hope to be in a place with prospects. Li Guang nodded and clinked his glass with Su-yin. He took a sip of wine. It's a waste of youth if you're not romantic. Brother, you're really romantic even as a ghost. Do you really want to develop with me? Su-yin. I thought of you when I came to Hong Kong and Macau. But after all, there are tens of millions of people in Hong Kong and Macau. I'm not sure if I can find you. So I didn't think about it before. Anyway, I still have some ability. But since I met Guangge today, it's really fate. If Guangge doesn't mind, I'll follow fate. Of course I don't mind. Brother, do you know that I need as many people as talented as you? Li Guang laughed and signaled his men to continue pouring wine. If you really don't mind my small temple, I can't ask for more. Su-yin raised his glass. Guangge is a straightforward person. If Guangge doesn't mind, then I'll drink this glass and follow Guangge. Cheers. After Li Guang finished speaking, he downed the glass of wine in one gulp. Since they had successfully made contact, this glass of wine could be considered a celebration. However, this was only the prelude, and the real plan had yet to begin. He had to find a way for Wang Jingjin to come into contact with Su-yin, and this process had to be done as soon as possible. It was still unknown when Wang Jingjin would get his hands on the Ebola virus weapon. They had to fight for as much time as possible. At this time, Lillian calmed down and walked over. She needed Li Guang to give her an explanation. After all, she was touched by this Su-yin in public. Although hugging, and being touched was not something she could not get over. However, the person she met at Land's bar was a reputable person after all. She needed an explanation for this matter. Brother Guang, who exactly is he? Shouldn't you introduce him to me? Lillian walked over and sat down. She poured herself a glass of wine and went straight to the point. Li Guang laughed. Lillian, are you still angry? Give Brother Guang some face and let this matter pass. This is my brother. He encountered some trouble that didn't go his way. He drank 2 more glasses just now, and the alcohol got to his head. What he did was not what he intended to do. Let's just forget about it. Lillian rolled her eyes. Brother Guang, you have so many brothers. If any of them were to touch me when they were in trouble, what would happen to me? All right, Lillian, what's the big deal about touching you? Li Guang was still laughing. It's not like you haven't been touched by a man before. Besides, my brother is also a handsome man. You won't lose out if he touches you. Lillian didn't know whether to laugh or cry at Li Guang's explanation. Brother Guang, you really know how to joke. Do you think you can touch people just because you're handsome? Beauty, if you think you're losing out, I'll let you touch me. Su-yin said straightforwardly. This way we'll be even. No one will lose out. Brother Guang, look at your brother. He's still pretending to be obedient. Lillian snorted. She carefully sized up Su-yin. His looks were indeed quite good. He was a standard little fresh meat. His figure was also really good. The lines on his arms were perfect. Li Guang said. Look at how generous my brother is. If you really think you're at a disadvantage, touch him back. I'll make the decision for you. If you touch him, he definitely won't resist. Lillian gritted her teeth and stubbornly said, All right. This is what you said. Don't regret it. Do you really think I don't dare to touch him? All right, then I'll let you know that I, Lillian, am not easy to bully. Damn, Su-yin was stunned. This girl couldn't really be that stupid, right? Li Guang was also stunned for a moment. It seemed like Lillian was serious. Lillian didn't care about so many people watching. She directly sat beside Su-yin. Without saying anything, her tender little hand reached into Su-yin's crotch. Su-yin was stunned. Should he resist or not? But before Su-yin could figure out what to do, Lillian made her move. This pinch was really ruthless. Su-yin immediately bent down. Damn. If she wasn't a woman, Su-yin would have killed her today. Mother***, that's my life. After Lillian made her move, her mood seemed to be much better. She snorted and didn't care what her hand had touched just now. She directly picked up the wine glass and drank a mouthful of wine. Alright, this matter is considered even. My name is Lillian. Since you're Brother Guang's friend, then please take care of me. Su Yun endured the pain and sat up straight. He also picked up the wine glass. I, Su Yun. Thank you for your forgiveness, beautiful lady. It's nothing. It's just a small matter. Don't take it to heart. Lillian smiled slightly. Brother Su Yun, if you feel that the situation isn't too good now, I'll find a few sisters to drink with you. Su Yun also forced a smile. That's not necessary. I'm fine. Is that so? Can you still be fine? Lillian said meaningfully. It's fine as long as you're fine. Then Lillian is relieved. Brother Guang, you and Brother Yun have a good drink. I won't disturb your chat. After Lillian finished speaking, she got up and left. Su Yun heaved a sigh of relief. He cursed in his heart. This little girl is really King hateful. Brother, are you really okay? Li Guang was still surprised. He really couldn't believe what he had just seen. After all, Lillian was usually cold. Do you want us to go to the hospital to have a look? Brother is doing well in Hong Kong and Macau. I know a few andrology experts. Su Yun didn't know whether to laugh or cry. That's not necessary. Her strength isn't enough to cause internal injuries to me. I'll be fine after a while. Come, then let's drink. You'll be fine after a few glasses. Li Guang raised his wine glass again. After the small incident, Li Guang and Su Yun exchanged glasses. He also let the few brothers around him and Su Yun drink around. Because Li Guang still couldn't be sure if Wang Jinjin's eyes and ears were among the people around him. Everything had to be as real as possible. After a few rounds, they drank a few bottles of wine. Li Guang was already drunk. He knew that he couldn't drink anymore. He needed his consciousness to be self-controlled and protected. Brother, my sister just pinched you. I have the responsibility to fix it for you. Li Guang said. Let's go. I'll take you to the sauna and find 2 of the best technicians to fix it for you. I guarantee that you'll be fine. Su Yun also said in a drunken tone. Brother Guang, then I'll have to trouble you to arrange it. The 2 of them went to the sauna with a few of Li Guang's men. Su Yun wasn't interested in the 2 technicians that Li Guang found for him. After the shower, he directly fell asleep in the room of the sauna center. As for the rest, Su Yun was too lazy to think about it. Anyway, there would definitely be progress tomorrow. Chapter 21:17. Su Yun didn't sleep well. Although the 2 technicians who accompanied her would be happy to have such a customer, they wouldn't take the initiative to ask for a job even if they didn't have to do anything for a night. But Su Yun did not have a good night's sleep. It was not until the sun rose that Li Guang came to wake him up. Li Guang seemed to be very familiar with this place. He knocked on the door and asked the 2 prostitutes. Did you serve my brother well? Brother Guang, of course we serve your friend 100%. The 2 of them lied. Last night, the 2 of them only slept on Su Yun's left and right side. Brother, they are not lying to me, right? Li Guang laughed as he walked into Su Yun. Su Yun rubbed his head. Brother Guang, I drank too much last night. I really don't know. Li Guang said meaningfully. Brother, in our line of work, we have to maintain a clear mind most of the time. We might have to do something at any time. You can't drink like this in the future. Su Yun nodded. He knew the meaning behind Li Guang's reminder, but he really didn't drink much. It was all an act. It wasn't that easy to get Su Yun drunk. Let's go. I will bring you for breakfast. I will tell you what I do here. Li Guang patted Su Yun's shoulder. Su Yun quickly put on his clothes and left with Li Guang. Breakfast was a culture for Hong Kong and Macau people. When they woke up in the morning, they would buy a newspaper and walk into a tea house leisurely. They would have a pot of tea, 2 baskets of snacks, or meet up with 3 or 5 friends to gossip and eat. This was the breakfast life of Hong Kong and Macau people. Most of them were older people or young people who did not work overtime on weekends. Then there were people like Li Guang and Su Yun. They were people who were not restricted by anything. Daoxiang in Hong Kong and Macau was a very famous restaurant for having morning tea. Li Guang brought Su Yun to a Daoxiang restaurant on the 2nd floor of Maton Hotel on 9 Dragons Road. Although it was on the 2nd floor of Maton Hotel, it was not the same door as the hotel lobby. Once they pushed open the door on the first floor, they were received and given a number. Some sharp-eyed people saw that it was Li Guang who had brought people over. They quickly took the number and personally escorted Li Guang to a good seat by the window. Su Yun looked at the open kitchen. Not bad. He could ask Yi Fala to do the same in Xinjiang. The people in Xinjiang were all very petty and particular. Some were really particular, but some were poor and particular. But no matter what, as long as they were particular, such a place would definitely become popular. Li Guang did not exchange pleasantries with Su Yun. He skillfully began to order a pot of tiguanyin, and then we'll have rice fragrant prawn dumplings, steamed chicken feet in black bean sauce, golden tripe, rice noodle rolls, Grand Emperor fresh bamboo rolls, steamed pork ribs. Brother Guang, eating so much so early in the morning. It's oily. Su Yun said. Li Guang waved his hand. Brother, you haven't lived in Hong Kong and Macau. Today, I will let you know what it means to live in Hong Kong and Macau. The two men who came with Li Guang also laughed. They were not laughing at Su Yun for not knowing Hong Kong and Macau's breakfast culture. They were laughing because they could enjoy life with Brother Guang today. Soon Li Guang's order was pushed over by the waiter. Rice fragrant prawn dumplings. The skin of the dumplings was soft and translucent. The prawn filling was faintly discernible. It was very appetizing. Even the gluten under the golden tripe was so delicious that it could be a dish of its own. The steamed chicken feet in black bean sauce was tender and tender. It was specially seasoned. Even the peanuts under it were overflowing with the fragrance of black bean sauce. It was amazing. Brother, how is it? I brought you to the right place, right? Li Guang said. If you continue to live in Hong Kong and Macau in the future, I will definitely let you live like a god every day. Su Yun laughed. Brother Guang, when you have things to do, don't stand on ceremony with me. I will definitely work hard. What are you talking about, brother? You have just arrived in Hong Kong and Macau, and I am asking you to do things? As your brother, I am too unreasonable. I should at least bring you to enjoy the whole of Hong Kong and Macau. Li Guang patted his chest and said. At this time, Li Guang's phone rang. The man quickly took it out and passed it to Li Guang. Brother Guang, it's a call from boss. Li Guang picked up the phone from the man and quickly answered. Boss, what's your order? Guang, what are you doing? Wang Jinjin's voice was very soft. No one could tell that this was the voice of a Hong Kong or Macau triad boss. I am having my breakfast. Li Guang laughed. Boss, have you eaten? Do you want me to buy some takeout and get someone to send it to you? I know you know how to enjoy life. Wang Jinjin also laughed. No need. I have had my breakfast. I am an old man, and I need to train in the morning. I am not as lazy as you youngsters. Li Guang said. Boss is right. I will start training in the morning tomorrow to learn from boss. Okay, let's stop chatting. Wang Jinjin said. Because I have something to deal with tomorrow. According to the rules, tomorrow's society meeting will be changed to 10 a.m. There is still an hour. You can make it, right? Li Guang nodded. Of course. Okay, take your time. Wang Jinjin was about to hang up the phone, but then asked. Who did you have breakfast with? Could it be Fatty Tian again? If it's him, just let him know. I won't inform him. No, boss. Fatty Tian is probably still sleeping. Li Guang said. I was with a little brother. Boss, you don't know him. Oh. Wang Jinjin was startled. You have a new recruit? Li Guang laughed. You can say that. I met him by accident last night. He is a brother that I had some fate with in the past. Boss, he is a talent. Let me put it this way. I don't think anyone in Hongdong Group can be my brother's opponent. Even those experts can't do it. Wang Jinjin chuckled. Keep bragging. Bring your brother to the meeting later. Let me see what kind of young talent he is to make you so satisfied. Okay, boss. Even if you don't say it, I will definitely bring him. Li Guang stopped laughing. I know that De Kuan will definitely cause trouble for me during this meeting. If he really dares to provoke me, I will really let my brother teach him a lesson. That's enough, Guang. You and Kuan shouldn't cause trouble during the club meeting, Wang Jinjin said. Boss, you know my temper. If De Kuan doesn't provoke me, I will definitely not do anything. Li Guang said. But if he wants to show me his power in front of boss, I will definitely not swallow it. We are all family. What right does he have to be so overbearing? I, Li Guang, am not someone that can be bullied. Wang Jingjin would not interfere too much with these capable young people in the society. There would definitely be some small conflicts between them. For Wang Jingjin, this was a good thing. You guys can settle your own matters, Wang Jingjin said. However, we are all brothers. Don't hurt the harmony between us. There is a saying that goes, if the family is harmonious, everything will prosper. Hongdong Group is the same. Remember, don't go overboard. Yes, boss. I will definitely not provoke De Kuan, Li Guang said. I will also talk to De Kuan and ask him to calm down, Wang Jingjin said. But you know De Kuan, that dog of a temper. Sometimes even if I slap him twice, he will still do as he pleases. Li Guang nodded. I understand, boss. I will arrive at the society before 10 o'clock sharp. Okay. Enjoy your morning tea. Wang Jingjin hung up after saying that. Chapter 21:18. Are you done eating, brother? Li Guang smiled. I originally planned to bring you to have fun today, and bring you to the club meeting tomorrow. But boss has something tomorrow, so the club meeting was brought forward to today. We will change it temporarily and bring you to Hong Kong and Macau tomorrow. Brother Guang, business is more important. Su Yin smiled. Moreover, I didn't come to Hong Kong and Macau for a vacation. I'm here to do business. Ah, good. Brother, you said it well. Li Guang said. We came to Hong Kong and Macau to do business. I believe that brother is a person who can do big things. Let's go now. Li Guang and the others got up and left. They didn't pay the bill at all. This was a normal thing for Brother Guang of Hongdong Society. Which boss of these places didn't need Brother Guang's protection? In Kowloon, there was really no place that dared to charge him. They left the breakfast restaurant and directly sat in Li Guang's Toyota. The group quickly rushed to the club headquarters. Su Yin quickly experienced the aura of Hongdong Society. This weekly regular meeting was so ostentatious. The meeting location was a clubhouse filled with all kinds of cars, but except for Wang Jingjin's S-Class Mercedes-Benz, there were no special luxury cars. Just like Li Guang, he was just sitting in a Toyota Alpha, which was only worth 670,000 yuan. Most of the cars were around 500,000 yuan. Of course, there were a few high-profile ones. A red Ferrari was eye-catching enough. The price of this car was much more expensive than Wang Jingjin's Mercedes-Benz. After Li Guang saw the red Ferrari, he snorted disdainfully. Su Yin read the information from his facial expression. The owner of this Ferrari was probably the De Kuan he mentioned to Wang Jingjin on the phone in the morning. Brother, let's go. I will bring you in. Don't be shy. The people here look down on people who are shy, Li Guang said. Since you came with me, Li Guang, then you are one of us in Hongdong Society. You don't have to worry about anyone. Su Yin nodded. He was really not shy. He came here to get close to Wang Jingjin. If someone could provoke him, it would be even better. He could use his methods to leave a deep impression in Wang Jingjin. Li Guang brought Su Yin and his two brothers in. Along the way, they greeted each other. The atmosphere in the hall was foul. Many people like Li Guang had cigarettes in their mouths as they chatted with each other. After Li Guang brought Su Yin and his two lackeys in, a man wearing a beautiful red shirt greeted them loudly. Aya! Brother Guang is here. Quick, quick, quick. Brother Guang, come sit next to your brother. I haven't seen you for a long time. I've missed you to death. Li Guang coldly glanced at that fellow. De Kuan, I think you want me to die. Su Yin looked up and down at the high-profile guy. Everyone was wearing dark colors like black and gray, but that guy was wearing red. It was indeed in line with the style of a Ferrari. This was De Kuan. He was really arrogant. Li Guang ignored De Kuan's invitation and sat opposite De Kuan. De Kuan still had an arrogant smile on his face. He glanced at Su Yin, who was standing behind Li Guang. Yo, Brother Guang, you're not following the rules. Who is this chick? He's an outsider. You can't bring him in. He's my man. Who dares to say that he's an outsider? Li Guang said. De Kuan, you're too much. Even if the boss is here, He won't have any opinions about the person I brought in. Aya, brothers, did you see that? Brother Guang is indeed Brother Guang. He's so arrogant. He took in another lackey. He even brought him to the regular meeting. Looks like he's a talent. De Kuren laughed, but his expression changed immediately. He glared fiercely at Su Yun. Bastard. Don't you know the rules? Don't you know how to greet people when you see so many brothers? Su Yun saw this guy's arrogant look. If he didn't have a mission, he would have beaten him up so badly that even his mother wouldn't recognize him. Over here, this is Brother Chung Feng, this is Brother Chen Jin, and this is Brother Fatty Tian. De Kuren introduced seriously. Fatty Tian was closer to Li Guang, so he wasn't very friendly to De Kuren. De Kuren, can you King shut up? The whole room is filled with your chatter. Can't you let others speak? However, De Kuren didn't care about Fatty Tian at all. He pointed at his nose and said fiercely to Su Yun, "Do you see me? Call me Lord Kuren." He was really arrogant, asking Su Yun to call those people brothers, and then calling him Lord Kuren. This De Kuren was obviously using this method to tell others that he contributed a lot to the society, so the boss thought highly of him. Therefore, he could be arrogant in front of them. De Kuren, that's enough. Li Guang didn't fall for his trick. He slammed the table and stood up. Today is the society's regular meeting. You better not cause trouble at the meeting. There are so many brothers here. No one wants to see you make a fool of yourself. De Kuren raised his hands and said indifferently, Hey, Brother Guang is angry. The consequences are serious. Who am I, De Kuren, to dare to challenge the #1 big shot in the Nine Dragons district, Brother Guang? Ha ha ha. I apologize to Brother Guang. Brother Guang, please don't be angry with me. Li Guang frowned. If you are dissatisfied with me, we can do whatever we want in private. However, don't disturb the peace of the brothers at the meeting. De Kuren suddenly spat and said fiercely, Guang, don't King act like this with me. Do you think you are flattering everyone? Do you think that all the brothers are King annoyed with me? Let me tell you, no one can't get along with money. Everyone knows how much of the society's money is earned by me, De Kuren. What are you pretending for? At this moment someone suddenly shouted, Boss is here. Only then did the tense atmosphere at the scene ease up. Su Yun finally saw Wang Jingjin. Wang Jingjin was wearing a white tunic suit and looked to be in his 50s. He didn't have the aura of a big shot, and he looked very amiable. We haven't seen each other for 6 days, and it's already so lively when we meet. Wang Jingjin said with a smile as he walked to the middle seat and sat down. If there's anything happy, tell me. Let me be happy with everyone. De Kuren was the first to speak. Boss, we are here to report the accounts. Of course you are happy to receive the money. Ha ha ha, when will you give more to the brothers? We will be even happier, ha ha. De Kuren, have some manners. Li Guang said angrily. Boss is already treating you well. Show some respect. Guang, don't be angry. Wang Jingjin smiled. Kuren has such an annoying personality. I'm already used to his crazy behavior. I won't lower myself to his level. De Kuren was even more proud when he got boss's tacit approval. See, Brother Guang, you are the arrogant one. You are even more arrogant than boss. Boss doesn't even think I am annoying, but you keep ordering me around. I'm so scared. Li Guang endured it. He listened to Wang Jingjin and didn't argue with De Kuren anymore. Wang Jingjin was very satisfied. At this time, he also saw Su Yun standing beside Li Guang. Guang, this is the brother you were talking about. He is very good. He looks talented. Yes, boss. Li Guang said. Su Yun also bowed slightly. Thank you for the praise, boss. Wang Jingjin didn't seem to have much interest in Su Yun. He immediately said to everyone present, Everyone, let's get to the main topic. The regular meeting was mainly to report the week's accounts, and then talk about the troubles they encountered. If they could solve it by themselves, how much time they would need, and how many people they would need if they needed the help of the society. It wasn't too simple, but it wasn't complicated either. Su Yun understood the meaning of the regular meeting. Chapter 21:19. Everyone present was the person in charge of each area in Hong Kong and Macau. Their main task was to report who did not pay enough, who was in trouble, and who did not receive the money easily. Then, they would report on whether the other societies were causing trouble. This situation was quite similar to Japan. The mafia basically existed openly, and there was no way to eliminate them. Even though they knew about Wang Jingjin's crimes, he did not have to do anything. His subordinates would arrange for people to take the blame. The police in Hong Kong and Macau couldn't do anything to him at all. He had money and power, so he didn't care about the government officials in Hong Kong and Macau at all. He lived a life of absolute supremacy. When De Kuan was reporting, he was beaming with joy. Clearly, he had received more money than the other bosses. He felt that he was more capable. He did not need the society to solve any problems. Whoever dared to not pay on time, he, De Kuan, would solve it. Hence, De Kuan was so smug that he did not even know his surname. When De Kuan was reporting, no one said anything. Everyone knew that De Kuan had the advantage in numbers. He had many brothers under him, and they were all the type that dared to fight without regard for their lives. After De Kuan finished reporting, it was Li Guang's turn. Li Guang also reported the situation of the past week to Wang Jingjin in a clear manner. After Li Guang reported the situation, De Kuan immediately began to look for trouble without a second's delay. His goal was very simple. He wanted to let Wang Jingjin know that he, De Kuan, was more capable than Li Guang. Brother Guang, it can't be. Your harvest is so little? Ayaya, I didn't expect it to be about the same as mine. De Kuan clicked his tongue and said, but Brother Guang, your territory is much bigger than mine. I don't think you've forced them to do anything. If there's really no other way, I'll help you. Li Guang glanced at De Kuan. I can settle the matters in my own territory. I know the people I'm in charge of. There's no need to trouble you. Boss, I think Brother Guang is too benevolent. Ha ha ha, how about this? Give me some of Brother Guang's territory, or let me and Brother Guang switch areas. I guarantee that I'll be able to harvest twice as much as he is now, De Kuan said. Li Guang slammed the table. De Kuan, are you trying to break the rules? Rules are made by people. If I'm F*** capable, I'll do it. Do you understand? De Kuan glared at him, not backing down at all. Wang Jingjin smiled. Guang Kuan, we're all on the same side. Harmony breeds wealth, understand? That's right, boss is right. After De Kuan finished speaking, he narrowed his eyes and said to Li Guang, Brother Guang, be friendly. I didn't say anything. I just want to help you deal with those people that you can't deal with. Li Guang said, I'm warning you, if you dare to touch a single one of the places in my territory, I won't let you off. I'm giving these people time because I'm sure they won't shortchange me for the next episode. Now that we've forced them into a dead end, we can only gain temporary benefits, but it will affect the future. Brother Guang really knows how to reason. De Kuan said, what future effects? We've already been affected today. What future is there to talk about? Ha ha ha, isn't this too ridiculous? I have my way of doing things. I don't need you to tell me what to do, Li Guang warned. De Kuan snorted. Yes, then I, De Kuan, have my way of doing things too. That's your business. You can do whatever you want in your territory, Li Guang said. But don't cause trouble in my territory. De Kuan was obviously really jealous of Li Guang. He gritted his teeth and said, that depends on my mood. Even in front of Wang Jingjin, De Kuan still spoke without hesitation. Li Guang pointed at him and didn't say anything. His meaning was very clear. If you dare to come, try it. Don't blame me for being rude. The smell of gunpowder was very strong, but Wang Jingjin didn't care. As long as Wang Jingjin's interests weren't damaged, it was normal for there to be some small conflicts and friction. Everyone was doing it for their own interests, so there would naturally be conflicts. Boss, Brother Guang brought a chicken today. Isn't this a bit against the rules? De Kuan directly brought the conflict to Su Yun. This kid looks very unfamiliar. Based on my years of experience with you, this kid is most likely a spy. Su Yun's expression didn't change, and his heart didn't skip a beat. He secretly cursed that this son of a B***tch really knew how to guess who he was. De Kuan, shut your dog mouth. Don't try to sow discord in front of boss. Li Guang was obviously very concerned about this matter. He was definitely afraid that Wang Jingjin would really do something to Su Yin because of De Kuan's words. If that happened, it was very likely that all of Su Yun's future plans would be ruined. Brother Guang, I say your temper is too bad. You're so anxious. How am I going to make money with you peacefully? De Kuan said. I was just saying it casually. Look at how scared you are. Wang Jingjin looked at Su Yin again. To be honest, unfamiliar faces were indeed a big taboo. All of the spies that their club found were unfamiliar faces. These people were definitely not spies. Many of them had been working under the bosses since they were in high school. He is indeed an unfamiliar face, Wang Jingjin said lightly. Seeing Wang Jingjin's attitude, Li Guang explained. Boss, he is indeed from outside. As for his identity, I will explain it to you in detail. Don't worry, I won't let any spies in. Wang Jingjin smiled. From outside he must be someone with a story. His identity is so special, and Guang, you think so highly of him. I think he must have something special about him. He does have something special about him, Li Guang said seriously. What's his name? Wang Jingjin looked at Su Yun. Su Yun. Wang Jingjin nodded. He's from outside. His skills are not simple. He also has a murderous aura. Su Yun, you've killed before, right? Su Yun nodded. Did you kill a good person or a bad person? Wang Jingjin asked again. Su Yun did not even think about it. Both. Wang Jingjin chuckled. If I want you to kill someone you've never met before, can you do it? Su Yun looked at Wang Jingjin and did not say anything. Whether he could or could not, that would depend on Wang Jingjin's understanding. At this time, Su Yun needed to be especially cautious. Perhaps if he said something wrong, Wang Jingjin would turn hostile. Once Su Yun was suspected of being a spy, the rest of the mission would be completely ruined. Su Yun was not afraid of being recognized or dealt with. He was afraid of ruining the entire mission's plan. If that happened, it would be really troublesome. Then find someone in this room and kill him, Wang Jingjin said to Su Yun with a smile. Su Yun did not hesitate at all and directly attacked. His target was very clear. He directly rushed towards De Kuan. This De Kuan was indeed a wily old fox. When Wang Jingjin finished speaking, he was ready at any time. When Su Yun suddenly jumped up and attacked him, he pulled his underling in front of him to block for him. Su Yun's fist landed on the underling's chest, and the underling was sent flying along with De Kuan. Su Yun followed closely behind. That's enough. Wang Jingjin saw the seriousness of the matter and hurriedly stopped him. Su Yun, your big brother is Guang. Without his approval, you attacked the people in the room. What if you hurt your big brother's good brothers? Su Yun answered firmly. I'm not sure if the other big brothers are Brother Guang's good brothers. But he's definitely not Brother Guang's good brother. You have a fast reaction. Good. Talent. After Wang Jingjin finished speaking, he became serious. But those who are in this room are all brothers. A small conflict is not worth killing. I was just testing you just now. Go back. Su Yun did not say anything and walked back to Li Guang's side. Everyone present was very surprised that Li Guang actually got such an extraordinary underling. Kuan was so angry that he gritted his teeth. He had dragged him down with him, but he was still beaten out in such an embarrassing manner. Chapter 21-20. De Kuan was a prideful person who liked to be in the limelight. Today he was in such a sorry state in front of so many people. Naturally, he was furious. There were more than 10 big brothers in the Hongdong society present. Each of them had brought 3 or 4 subordinates that they valued. In total, there were more than 60 people present. They all witnessed how De Kuan lost face. How could De Kuan accept such humiliation? He stood up and took out his pistol. Without a word, he pointed it at Su Yun. This time, everyone present was shocked. The Hongdong society had its rules. As the main backbone of the society, De Kuan was very clear about this rule. Anyone who entered the meeting place was absolutely not allowed to bring any weapons. Even a small knife for self-defense was not allowed, let alone a pistol. Because this rule had been set for a long time, no one dared to violate Wang Jingjin's rules. Therefore, the procedure of the entrance had long been cancelled. The weapons of the people who entered would be left with their trusted subordinates outside. Therefore, when Dakuan took out his gun, even Wang Jingjin was shocked. His face immediately showed a very dissatisfied expression. If Dakuan was not flustered and exasperated, he would definitely not do such a stupid thing. He knew that his actions would make the boss unhappy, but he still could not hold it in. Li Guang stood up on the spot and blocked Su Yin behind him. Dakuan was very crazy. He could really do anything. If he hurt Su Yin, it would be troublesome. He would rather take a shot himself than guarantee Su Yin's safety. Dakuan, are you crazy? Don't you know the rules of the Hongdong society? Li Guang glared at Dakuan. He knew that Dakuan would not dare to shoot him. Carrying a gun was already against the rules. If he fired in front of Wang Jingjin, Dakuan's ending would not be good. After all, Wang Jingjin was already very unhappy now. Dakuan soon began to regret his impulsiveness. He pointed his gun at Li Guang. Remember this. Don't let me see your people alone. He did not follow the rules when he treated me like that just now. My people broke the rules. I will deal with them myself. It's not up to you to educate them, Li Guang said angrily. Just as the quarrel between the two was about to escalate, Wang Jingjin said, "Give the gun away." 5 simple words. There was no anger or emotion in them. They were very calm. Without another word, Dakuan threw the gun to his underling and asked him to bring it out. Only then did everyone present breathe a sigh of relief. Bullets didn't open their eyes. No one would want to sit in the same room with a guy carrying a gun unarmed. Moreover, this guy was known to be neurotic. Dakuan, I'll only warn you once, Wang Jingjin said. On account of your contributions and hard work to the society, I'll give you a chance. I'm sorry, boss. After Dakuan calmed down, he sat down. I didn't do it on purpose. I just forgot. I was a little excited today. After all, this is the first time my harvest has surpassed Brother Guang's. So I forgot the rules. I accept my punishment. Wang Jingjin ignored Dakuan and looked at Li Guang. You should sit down too. You're too prickly. Trim yourself. Yes, boss. Li Guang also calmed down and sat down. You're all done. It's my turn to speak, Wang Jingjin said. I'm going out tomorrow to do something very important. If it's successful, I, Wang Jingjin, will be able to do whatever I want in Hong Kong and Macau. So, during the time I'm away, I don't want to see any trouble in the society. Do you understand? Obviously, Wang Jingjin's words provoked Su Yun. Something very important? Could it be related to the trade of Ebola virus weapons? Boss, don't worry, Dakuan said. During the time you're away, there are still so many big brothers in the society. If there's anything you need, I, Dakuan, will be the first to risk my life for you. Dakuan, then remember what you said. Calm down, Wang Jingjin said. There's a limit to everything. Don't go overboard. Dakuan nodded. Boss told him not to go overboard, but he didn't say not to do it. If there was any friction, it wouldn't be his problem. Li Guang, you've been with me for so many years. You've always done things steadily, Wang Jingjin said. You know what you need to do after I leave. Don't worry, boss. Li Guang also nodded. Everyone, Hongdong society being where it is today is inextricably related to everyone's hard work, Wang Jingjin said. I still have the same words. Harmony breeds wealth. I hope that everyone can have a happy week. When I come back next week, when everyone meets again, I hope that it will be happy and harmonious. Fatty Tian chuckled and said, Big brother, we've always been in harmony with each other, and we've always been happy. As long as someone doesn't sing a different tune, it'll be fine. Ha 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 ha, everyone will be fine. These words were obviously directed at Dakuan, but Dakuan didn't care at all. He even continued, Yes, Fatty Tian, I think you're the happiest. But don't forget that there's a saying, extreme joy begets sorrow. Fatty Tian glared, and Dakuan laughed. Ha ha ha, it's just a joke. Do you have to be so nervous? We're all brothers. Even if something happens to you, I'll take care of sister-in-law. Don't worry. Ha ha ha. I really like to joke. Fatty Tian could only swallow this kind of threat. This damn Dakuan, he's really too despicable. Because Dakuan had always been like this, Wang Jingjin didn't say anything more. He stood up and said, "All right, today's regular meeting is over. I won't keep everyone for dinner." "Yes, boss." Everyone stood up and waited for Wang Jingjin to leave, before they prepared to leave. After Wang Jingjin left leisurely, De Kuan still didn't let go of Li Guang. "Brother Guang, I don't know if you heard it just now, but boss told me to do things in moderation and not go overboard. Does this mean that if I want to do something, I can do it?" Li Guang sneered. "That will depend on whether you have the guts and ability to do so." De Kuan laughed. "Look at how nervous you are, Brother Guang. Didn't I tell Fatty Tian just now? I, De Kuan, like to joke. Do you understand that I'm joking? I realize that you people are really boring. It's not fun at all. Ha ha ha." De Kuan laughed arrogantly as he left. At the same time he muttered to himself, "It's just a joke. Why take it seriously? But if you really want to take it seriously, I don't mind playing with you." Fatty Tian spat heavily and said to Li Guang, "Brother Guang, I think this guy is a mad dog that's about to go crazy. We should be careful and not get bitten by this mad dog." Li Guang nodded. "I'm fine. You should be more careful. It's best to let your wife and children leave first." Fatty Tian gritted his teeth. He really felt that people like them should learn from Li Guang. They definitely shouldn't establish a family. Once they had a family, it would be too troublesome. Not only would they not be able to care about their families, but they would also be worried about something. "I understand, Brother Guang," Fatty Tian said. "Do you have anything to do in the afternoon? If not, I'll treat you and Brother Su Yin to a meal. That punch just now really helped me vent my anger. I must have a good drink with my brother." "No need, Fatty. You go do your thing. My brother just arrived in Hong Kong and is not familiar with the rules here. I'm going to bring him to familiarize himself with it." Li Guang smiled and refused. Fatty Tian didn't insist. "All right then. Anyway, we have plenty of time in the future. Hurry up and thank Brother Tian." Li Guang said to Su Yin. "Thank you, Brother Tian." Su Yin immediately said. Fatty Tian waved his hand and said that there was no need. He turned around and prepared to leave. He really wanted to go back and tell his wife and children. The earlier he left, the earlier he could be at ease. Chapter 21-21. Li Guang was not in a hurry to leave. After waiting for many people to leave, he brought Su Yin out of the venue. After getting in the car, Li Guang ordered his men to return to his vacant real estate in Hong Kong and Macau. In Hong Kong and Macau, Su Yin obviously didn't have a house or a place to stay. Li Guang brought Su Yin to his house to solve this problem. It was a high-rise apartment building with a good geographical location. The house was located at 28 floors. It was neither tall nor short, right in the middle. The layout was very simple. There was a bedroom, a living room, and a bathroom. There was also a small balcony that was no more than 5 square meters. Although it was small, it had everything. There was a sofa, a bed, a mahjong table, a TV, a refrigerator, a washing machine, and everything. Su Yin was startled. It seemed like this was going to be a long battle. Otherwise, Li Guang would have just arranged a hotel for him. After that, Su Yin thought about it again. Li Guang's actions were very reasonable. If he stayed in a hotel every day, even if Wang Jingjin was a fool, he would definitely suspect Su Yin's purpose in joining the Hongdong Society in Hong Kong and Macau. Li Guang had to take care of all the details to ensure that Su Yin was the safest and least likely to be exposed. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for him. "Brother, this place is a little small. Sorry to inconvenience you," Li Guang said. "I also thought of bringing you to my current place. But considering that we have our own private lives, I decided to bring you here." "Brother Guang, you are too polite," Su Yin said. "I don't know what to say." "This is not a problem at all," Li Guang said. "As long as you follow me in the future, I believe that you will be successful one day. When that day comes, don't forget about me." Su Yin nodded. "Brother Guang, I am new here. I will remember everything you have done for me." "With your words, everything I do is worth it." Li Guang laughed and extended his hand to the underling behind him. The underling quickly took out a car key from his pocket and handed it to Li Guang. Li Guang pulled Su Yun's hand over and patted it on Su Yun's hand. Parking lot number 13. I'm a low-key person, so I don't have a good car for you to drive. There's a 3-year-old Regal that's less than 20,000 kilometers old. You can use it first. Su Yun did not stand on ceremony and accepted the keys. These were all necessary for their work arrangements, but on the surface he still had to pretend to be touched in front of Li Guang's underling. Brother Guang, thank you. All right, since that's the case, I have nothing else to do. Li Guang said, it's almost time for dinner, but I have an appointment with a boss today, so I won't be bringing you. Can you handle it yourself? Brother Guang, if I can't even settle a meal, then how can I establish myself in Hong Kong and Macau? Su Yun smiled. You go do your thing, I can settle it myself. If there's anything, give me a call. I'll be there as soon as possible. Li Guang laughed. Do you know the way? I've seen the map of Hong Kong and Macau. It's all engraved here. Su Yun pointed to his head with his finger. Li Guang gave him a thumbs up. I knew I didn't misjudge you. I'll go first. You familiarize yourself with the environment. Just as Li Guang turned around, he suddenly said meaningfully, that's right, brother. Remember, you must remember your identity in front of anyone. You're a member of the Hongdong group. You're my brother. Nobody can bully you. Su Yun nodded. He understood that Li Guang did not mean that. Li Guang wanted Su Yun to remember his identity, so that he could be vigilant at all times and be on guard against the people around him. He must not let anyone see through his true identity in front of anyone. What Su Yun wanted to do now was to be a complete scoundrel who was prepared to mingle in Hong Kong and Macau. If he was a villain, he must not act like a good person. Perhaps because Li Guang did this, he was always by Wang Jingjin's side and was not exposed. After bidding farewell to Su Yun, Li Guang left with his underling. He went downstairs and got into his car. The driver immediately drove him away. Su Yun stood on the balcony, holding a room key and a car key in his hand. Now that Wang Jingjin had left, even the backbone of Hongdong society did not know where he went during the meeting. This really gave Su Yun a headache. But thinking about it carefully, at least Su Yun had a week to familiarize himself with his identity, and use this week to become a complete member of Hongdong society. After Su Yun pondered on the balcony for a while, he suddenly felt hungry. Although the morning tea in Hong Kong and Macau was exquisite and delicious, it was really not good. Although Li Guang ordered a big table, the small plates were as small as the small plates of Huaxia people. It was now noon. Su Yun really felt hungry. The most important thing at the moment was to go out and find a place to fill his stomach. After Su Yun put the key in his pocket, he was ready to leave, but there was a knock on the door. Is there anyone here? What is this situation? Su Yun opened the door and was shocked by the girl in front of him. I finally found you. The girl at the door took a long breath. From the first floor to the 28th floor, I knocked floor by floor. My hand hurt from pressing the elevator button. Su Yun was puzzled. He didn't know her. Why was she looking for him? Was it the Hong Kong and Macau police? That was too risky. Li Guang just sent him in, and someone came to meet him? Wasn't this looking for death? Did you recognize the wrong person, Mess? Su Yun said, sorry, I still have something to do. I will leave first. After that, Su Yun was about to lock the door and leave. The girl at the door flew into a rage. You can't be serious, Su Yun. You're so forgetful. Su Yun's mind went blank. She even knew his name. She must be from the police. Oh my God, no wonder the Hong Kong and Macau police spies were so pitiful. They couldn't hide for long before they were caught. Just look at these pig-like teammates. Even if it was a trap, they would still be able to trap them to death. Su Yun was about to get angry, but the girl spoke again. You touched me yesterday, and you don't recognize me today. I really should have pinched you yesterday. Then you might not be able to forget me. F***ck. No way. Su Yun's eyes almost popped out. The nightclub goddess Lillian from yesterday? This girl didn't wear thick makeup. She looked much more comfortable than yesterday. Su Yun didn't recognize her at all. Yesterday, Lillian was wearing a short dress. She was so sexy. Now she was wearing a decent casual outfit. She didn't look like a nightclub goddess at all. Your contrast is too big. I'm afraid I'm not the only one who can't recognize you, right? Suyin was shocked. There would definitely be many people who wouldn't recognize Lillian during the day and Lillian at night as the same person. Lillian nodded with satisfaction. This is the effect I want. If I was recognized during the day, wouldn't I be annoyed to death? Then you said I was forgetful. Suyin said. Those people can't recognize me. It's understandable. You touched me, and you still can't recognize me. Can you forgive me? Lillian rolled her eyes. Since you've recognized me, why don't you invite me in for a seat? Do you want me to stand at the door and chat with you? Suyin was stunned. He didn't have time to digest the content. Hey, if you don't invite me in, I'll call you a hooligan, Lillian said to Suyin impolitely. Although Suyin was prepared to go out for dinner, since Lillian said so, he had to quickly invite her into the room. Come in, come in. Sit in the room. Don't be afraid that I'll touch you. You can sit in the room for as long as you want. Lillian wasn't afraid of what Suyin said. Since he and Guangge were friends, he couldn't be rude to her. She, the nightclub goddess of Lanbar, was Guangji's best way to attract customers. Guangge spoke to her politely, let alone Suyin. Chapter 21-22. How did you find this place? Suyin was a little puzzled. Did Brother Guang ask you to come? Do you think Brother Guang has the time to tell me this? Lillian sat on the sofa after entering the house. I live in this apartment building, on the 18th floor. What a coincidence, right? Suyin nodded. It was indeed a coincidence, but she really dared to live on the 18th floor. The 18th floor was hell. When I came back just now, I saw Brother Guang get in the car and leave, but you weren't with him, Lillian said. Then I guess that Brother Guang must have arranged for you to live in this place, and then he had something to deal with. It wasn't convenient to take you, so he left you here. Then I knocked on the door one by one to see if I guessed right. You should change your name. Don't be called Lillian. You should be called Adagawa Kulian. Are you a detective? Suyin. But you're really bored. If Brother Guang arranged for me to live on the top floor, would you go all the way to the 56th floor? You don't say. I'm a very persevering person. Once I decide on something, I will definitely complete it, Lillian said. I will really go all the way to the top floor. Suyin sighed. If he had known, he wouldn't have opened the door. He would have pretended that there was no one at home and tired this girl to death. Do you regret opening the door for me? If you didn't open the door for me, would I be tired to death? Lillian looked at Suyin. Damn. Can I still have fun with this? Does this girl know how to read minds? Suyin stared at Lillian with his eyes wide open. It seems that I guessed right. Lillian snorted unhappily. It's a pity that I let you down. I'm so lucky that I didn't die of exhaustion, and even found someone. Yes, you're really good. Suyin. But do you have something to do? If there's nothing. Come on, you really aren't a gentleman. Lillian interrupted Suyin's words. How can you chase a girl away? It's a great honor for a girl to be a guest in a boy's house. Yet you still want to chase her away? Suyin nodded. Because I'm not a boy. Do you understand? Of course you're not a boy. A boy wouldn't touch a girl's but in public. Lillian rolled her eyes at Suyin. Stinky man. Please, big sister. Who's your big sister? Don't you know how to chat? Lillian was unhappy. No, I mean Miss Lillian. Suyin. Since I'm a stinky man, aren't you afraid that I'll do something that only stinky men would do? I think we should give each other some space. I'm hungry now. I want to eat something. So, I'm not chasing you away. I just want to say, you want to invite me to dinner? Lillian was stunned for a moment before her mood lightened up. That's more like it. That's what a man should say. Suyin didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He was really driven crazy by this girl. Who said he was going to treat her to a meal? Who said it? He just said that he was hungry, so he wanted to ask her to leave. He just wanted to go out to eat. Then what do you want to treat me to? I won't go to ordinary places. Lillian said. Suyin said angrily. I'll go to a roadside stall to eat a bowl of noodles or a bowl of noodles. If you want to go, Let's go together. You really don't have taste. Lillian looked at Su-Yin unhappily. It's not that I don't have taste, but I don't have Hong Kong dollars at all. Su-Yin, this was really a big problem he was facing. After he met with the contact at the airport, he got 1,000 Hong Kong dollars in the information he got. Su-Yin had already spent this 1,000 Hong Kong dollars when he took a taxi and bought wine at the bar yesterday. Now Su-Yin only had a little more than 100 Hong Kong dollars in his hand. What could 100 Hong Kong dollars do in Hong Kong and Macau? Su-Yin really didn't know where he dared to go to eat besides eating noodles at roadside stalls. You don't have money? Lillian grinned. Su-Yin directly turned his pockets upside down and took out all his belongings for her to count. See 100. This is 20. 5, 6, 7. 120 Hong Kong dollars. Seeing this pitiful amount of belongings, Su-Yin really wanted to scold the Hong Kong and Macau police. They were too stingy. They only gave him a little startup capital. Now they wanted him to drink in the Northwest. Su-Yin didn't have anything on him. He didn't bring anything here at all, because anything could expose Su-Yin's identity. Even the clothes and shoes Su-Yin wore were bought by the Hong Kong and Macau police outside the country. They made it old and let Su-Yin change into it before he came with them in Beijing. Su-Yin didn't have anything except this 127 Hong Kong dollars. You are really poor. Lillian was speechless. Didn't Brother Guang give you any money? Su-Yin didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He wanted it, but there were always people around Li Guang. How could he ask for it? Li Guang gave him a house to live in and gave him a car to drive. If he asked for 200 renminbi, what would Li Guang's men think? A powerful overseas person didn't even have 200 renminbi in Hong Kong and Macau? Bullsh *T. I lost my wallet after I arrived in Hong Kong and Macau. Su-Yin. I am embarrassed to tell Brother Guang. Lillian shook her head and said, Poor boy. Forget it. You are so poor. 100 Hong Kong dollars. Even if you go to a fast food restaurant, you won't be full. I said I will go to a roadside stall. I don't need to go to any restaurants. Su-Yin. This should be enough, right? You think the things sold by the roadside grannies are cheap? They are also working hard. A bowl of noodles costs 30 renminbi. A tea egg costs 10 renminbi. Your money is really not enough to fill your stomach. Su-Yin was really convinced. No wonder there was a rumor that people in Hong Kong and Macau thought that people in the mainland couldn't afford tea eggs. It turned out that this thing cost 10 renminbi in a roadside stall in Hong Kong and Macau. That was too expensive. If it was 10 renminbi per egg in China, it would cost 20 renminbi to eat 2 eggs for breakfast without drinking anything or eating wheaten food. The working class really couldn't afford it. Then I will eat less. Su-Yin. You don't have to worry about that. Hey, you are really stupid. I am right in front of you. Just say a few good words, and I will treat you to a meal, Lillian said. Do you still need to eat the noodles from roadside stalls so pitifully? Su-Yin bluntly refused. I'm sorry, Miss Lillian. I've disappointed you. I have a habit of not eating food given to me. What do you mean? Lillian was stunned. It was really scary to be uncultured. Su-Yin explained. I will not beg for food with others. Lillian smiled. You're really interesting. I didn't ask you to beg. I was joking with you. To be honest, I will treat you to a meal at my house on the 18th floor. Do you want to go? Su-Yin thought about it. His money was really pitiful. Since someone wanted to treat him, why not go? What do you want to eat? I just went to the supermarket to buy steak. Can you eat it? Do you like it? Lillian said. Are you sure you can cook? Su-Yin didn't believe that this kind of nightclub girl could cook. Lillian glared at Su-Yin. Don't doubt me like this. Of course I can cook. The steak I make is very delicious. Are you going or not? I will ask you for the last time. If you don't want to go, then forget it. I will leave. Seeing that you are so sincere, I will reluctantly agree. Su-Yin was hungry. It was good to eat some meat. Lillian shook her head helplessly. She had seen stubborn people, but she had never seen such a stubborn person. Okay, I am really begging you. Do me the honor and come to eat. Thank you very much. Boss Su-Yin. Su-Yin smiled. Thank you. This sentence is more like it. Lillian said, take your key and go. Chapter 21-23. Soo-Yun followed Lillian to her apartment. The layout of her room was exactly the same as the one Li Guang had arranged for Soo-Yun. This kind of apartment was most suitable for a single person to live in. The house is a bit messy. Just find a place to sit. Lillian said, don't go to my bedroom. There are girls' personal belongings there, so you can only move around in the living room. I'll make steak. How do you want it done? That depends on your beef. Soo-Yun said. Oh, I didn't expect you to be an expert in food. I bought beef tenderloin and made filet mignon. Lillian said. Soo-Yun said, then you are a person who wants both a figure and food. Filet mignon was the tenderloin of the beef. It was the part of the beef that needed the least exercise. It was super tender and relatively lean. There was very little oil. It was the favorite of girls who wanted to maintain a figure. That's right. If I don't have a figure, how can I survive in Lon Bar? Lillian said. How do you want it done? The most tender meat of the beef should be crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. Soo-Yun said, medium rare. I prefer the original taste of the ingredients. Good taste. Lillian said, this is what I'm best at. Because I like it too. Lillian went to the kitchen to make steak. Soo-Yun pushed out a seat from the pile of clothes on the sofa in the living room and sat down. When he sat down, he saw that there were not only skirts and shorts on both sides, but also some girls' underwear. Red, yellow, blue, purple. Oh, just now Lillian said that she didn't want Soo-Yun to go to her bedroom. There were girls' personal belongings there, but wasn't the living room full of them too? I really don't know what girls are thinking now. Aren't they too careless? Have these been washed or not? Soo-Yun was really helpless. He could only sit on the sofa because he didn't see the TV remote control on the coffee table. If he looked for the remote control under the pile of girls' underwear, he would probably be seen as a pervert. Fortunately, Lillian's cooking speed was quite fast. In less than half an hour, Lillian had already prepared 2 steaks and a large portion of pasta. Okay, let's eat. Soo-Yun did not stand on ceremony. Since he was already here, it would be pointless if he still acted so restrained. I really didn't expect you to have such a move. Soo-Yun sat at the dining table and picked up a knife and fork to cut off a piece of tender beef. There was dark red blood seeping out of the meat. It was medium rare, just right. This bowl of noodles is also yours, Lillian said. I'll take care of it with a piece of steak. Do you want something to drink? Red wine? Or Red Bull? Red Bull. As for Soo-Yun, he did not know if the DUI inspection in Hong Kong and Macau would be very strict. It was better not to cause trouble for himself. After all, he was not familiar with the place and had a mission to complete. You have no taste. Lillian rolled her eyes at Soo-Yun. Who doesn't drink red wine when eating steak? Soo-Yun shrugged helplessly. If Brother Guang is looking for me for something, how am I going to drive out? Oh, Brother Guang also gave you a car. Lillian was surprised. I can't tell. You are really a popular person by Brother Guang's side. In this case, you can only drink Red Bull. When there is a chance in the evening, I will treat you to steak. Then we will drink red wine. Soo-Yun nodded. This steak was really fresh and tender. The texture and taste were really good. The culinary skills were really good. After eating, Soo-Yun wiped his mouth. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you very much for disturbing me today. Really? Don't be so polite. Lillian said. But I want to ask you a question. Can you answer me truthfully? Ask. Soo-Yun. Why did you go on stage to touch me last night? Lillian asked directly. Soo-Yun was stunned. How should he say this? Isn't it obvious? I am a hooligan. Then I was in a bad mood. I wanted to do something like this to vent. Can I sincerely apologize to you one more time? Let's not talk about this anymore, okay? I don't want you to apologize. Lillian said. I just think that you don't give me the feeling that you are the kind of person who would do such a thing. That's why I am very curious. There is nothing to be curious about. I drank too much. It was all because of the alcohol. Soo-Yun suddenly thought of Brother Guang's words. He must remember his identity in front of anyone. He must be careful. Besides, I am the kind of person who likes to provoke girls. There is a saying that you can't judge a book by its cover. Lillian shook her head. A woman's sixth sense was very accurate. I really don't think you are that kind of person. Then it can only mean that you are wrong. Su-Yun, I really am that kind of person. Lillian still shook her head in disbelief. If you were that kind of person, you wouldn't let go of the opportunity to be alone with me now. You would definitely take advantage of me. But you didn't. Please, I have already eaten your food. How can I be shameless? Su-Yun. Besides, Brother Guang already said that you are his godsister. Do you think I still want to? Then I would really be bold. Only a bold person would dare to go on stage and touch a girl in front of so many people, Lillian said. Before you met Brother Guang yesterday, you were a bold person. But after you met Brother Guang, you are not. Su-Yun suddenly stood up and pushed Lillian against the wall. Without saying anything, he lifted Lillian's clothes at her waist and reached in. Then I will let you see if I am a bold person. Seeing this, Lillian quickly pushed Su-Yun away. All right. I know you are. Let go. Otherwise, I will tell Brother Guang. Su-Yun then let go of Lillian. He looked at her in confusion and asked, What do you want? Weren't you seducing me with those words just now? Lillian glared at Su-Yun. Who wants to seduce you? I just misjudged you. I thought you were different from those bastards. In fact, you men are all the same. You are all bastards. Su-Yun shrugged. It doesn't matter. Scold me all you want. As long as you don't think that my personality changed after I met Brother Guang, it's fine. Su-Yun was quite nervous just now because Lillian could see some differences in his personality. It could only mean that Su-Yun had not really integrated into his character. At this time, Su-Yun was a little glad that Wang Jingjin had left for a week. He had to seize this week and integrate his character well. Everything now was full of challenges for Su-Yun. Thank you for lunch. I am leaving. Su-Yun, if you are a bastard, you have to be more realistic. You have to release your dark side. Only then will it be realistic. Wait a minute. Lillian said again. Su-Yun said impatiently. What's wrong? I am telling you, don't be endless. I am telling you, my patience is limited. I have something to tell you. Lillian said. I've treated you to steak. Can you do me a favor? Help you with what? If it is to help you solve your desire for men, there is no problem at all. Su-Yun. Lillian ignored him. Just now you said that Brother Guang gave you a car to drive. I want to ask you to do me a favor. Take me to a place. Car sex. Su-Yun smiled. I like that. Are you listening to me or not? If you can't, then forget it. Lillian said. Su-Yun nodded. Okay. Just treat it as me returning the favor of your meal. Tell me, where are we going? Lillian looked at the time. It is a little early now. Let's rest for an hour. We will leave in an hour. Rest? Do you mean that you want to? Take care, I will not send you off. Lillian said. I will knock on your door and call you in an hour. Su-Yun shook his head in boredom. Bye-bye. Women are really strange creatures. They are really strange. Chapter 21-24. It was said that the young people in Hong Kong and Macau were particularly punctual, and it was true. An hour later, Lillian knocked on Su-Yun's door. When Su-Yun returned to the apartment, he did want to take a nap, but all kinds of messy things that he had no clue about rushed into his mind, making him a little crazy. The task he was facing now left him with no starting point to solve it. This was definitely the most difficult thing for Su-Yun. Lillian's knock on the door interrupted Su-Yun's annoyance. Su-Yun really needed to thank her. If she didn't disturb him, Su-Yun would probably punch a hole in the wall of the apartment. Looking at your state, it seems that you didn't take a nap, right? Lillian looked at Su-Yun without any trace of sleepiness. Su-Yun nodded. I didn't sleep. Something's on your mind. Lillian said, if you have something on your mind, just say it. After you say it, maybe I can help you share the burden. I came to Hong Kong and Macau alone to establish a foothold. I don't know anyone except Guangge. Tell me, can you share my burden? Su-yin. Let's go. Where do you want me to take you? Lillian really couldn't share Su-yun's burden. It was too big. She didn't have that kind of heart. That's good. Maybe the place I want you to take me can let you put all these worries behind you. Your words make me feel like you want to take me to find a girl. Su-yin. Although it's not my style to refuse such a good thing, I really don't have that kind of mood now. More importantly, I don't have money. I can't afford to play. Can't you have other things in your mind besides women? Lillian really didn't understand what was in the world of a scumbag like Su-yin. Su-yin raised his eyebrows. Of course there are other things. I also want power, money and status. Because with these things I won't lack women. Lillian was a little disappointed with Su-yin. I thought you weren't that kind of person. But now, it seems like you're really the worst of the worst. You can say whatever you want. Su-yin. This is my world, and I can do whatever I want. If you don't like me, you can leave. I'm not stopping you. I'm sorry, but I'm not the kind of person who likes to be taken advantage of. Lillian said. You ate my steak this afternoon. Now you have to do something for me to repay me. Isn't it just being a chauffeur? Let's go. Don't waste time. If Brother Guang needs me for something urgent, I'll leave you halfway, Su-yin said bluntly. Lillian snorted and motioned for Su-yin to follow her to her house to get some things. Lillian asked Su-yin to take 2 very large black woven bags. They weren't particularly heavy, but the things inside took up a lot of space. What is it? You don't need to know. Lillian said, let's go. Hurry up. Are you going to treat someone who sent you out like this? Su-yin said. I don't need you to send me. The steak you ate today, even the most ordinary Western restaurant would cost you 200 Hong Kong dollars. If it's a high-class Western restaurant, it would cost you at least 600. You can just give me the money. Su-yin thought. Why don't you say that a pot of chrysanthemum tea in Yanjing's New Moon restaurant would cost you 3,000 to 5,000? A steak would cost 8,800, and it's in RMB. F***CK. This woman really changed her face faster than flipping a book. Send. I won't say any more. Su-yin, it's not like I'm shameless enough to eat it. It's you who wants to treat me. It's really a case of eating someone's food blinding one's mouth. The two came to the underground garage. Su-yin squeezed the key remote. The car lights flashed, and he quickly identified the location. After getting in the car, Su-yin fastened his seatbelt. While studying the car's navigation system, he asked, Tell me, where are we going? Destination. I'll tell you the way. You just follow what I say, Lillian said. Su-yin directly started the car. Forget it, he was too lazy to talk to a stinky face. Along the way, Lillian gave Su-yin directions. She told Su-yin to go wherever Su-yin went. At this time, Su-yin had already made up his mind. You only asked me to send you here, but you didn't say that I would drive you back. When you get out of the car later, I will leave and let you find a way to go back by yourself. Piss you off. However, when they arrived at the destination, all of Su-yun's bad thoughts were thrown to the back of his mind. Lillian actually took Su-yin to an orphanage. She didn't say much to Su-yin. After arriving at the destination, she took 2 black woven bags and went directly into the orphanage. When the old guard saw her, he smiled and greeted her. Lillian, you're here again. Yes, Uncle G. Come, I brought you something good this time. Lillian walked to the old guard, took out a small toothpick-like thing from her pocket, and handed it over. This is agarwood. When you smoke, take out a needle and stuff it into your cigarette. It can calm your nerves. Every time you come, you have to give me something. I'm embarrassed. The old guard smiled and took the gift. Lillian smiled. When I was young, you took care of me a lot. Now it's time for me to repay you. After saying that, Lillian walked straight in. When Lillian's figure entered the orphanage building, the whole building was filled with cheerful voices. A naive voice shouted, Sister Lian brought 2 big bags of toys. Long live Sister Lian. In that voice, Su-yin was sure that the children here must think of her as the best person in the world. Su-yin turned off the car and got out. He quickly walked to the old guard and called out affectionately. He took out a cigarette and handed it over. Uncle, smoke. You can try the calming agarwood that Lillian gave you. Come, I'll help you stuff one into the tobacco, Soo-Yun said and started. In fact, he also wanted to get one and stuff it into the cigarette to try it. He wanted to see what kind of effect it had. He really needed it now. The old guard didn't hesitate and immediately started smoking. Uncle, Lillian often comes to see you, Soo-Yun said. The old guard nodded and looked at Soo-Yun. Lillian is a good child. If you really like her, then don't let her down. Soo-Yun smiled. As he tasted the agarwood cigarette, he said, Uncle, you misunderstood. Lillian and I aren't boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm just a driver. I'm responsible for sending her here. The old guard sighed. That means you're not lucky. Haha, I think so too. After Soo-Yun finished speaking, he raised his doubts. Uncle, Lillian is an orphan? Yes. She walked out from here. The old guard said. So she is very clear about the shadow and pressure in the hearts of these orphans. She often comes here with gifts. She gives the children the most sincere warmth. Soo-Yun's view of Lillian really took a 180-degree turn. He really didn't expect Lillian to be such a girl. He really couldn't believe it. It was completely inconceivable. She really is an orphan, Soo-Yun said indifferently. Originally, he was going to run and leave Lillian here. However, after knowing the truth, Soo-Yun couldn't continue playing pranks. He knew too well the feeling of being left behind. Since he was very young, old Tai Sui-Zhang had been like this to Soo-Yun. He took him to the jungle and left. Every time, Soo-Yun's heart was filled with despair. Even if he had the ability later on and was no longer afraid, that kind of despair still existed. It could never be erased. Poor child. Lillian's father was a firefighter. During a firefighting operation, he died. Her mother couldn't bear the blow. She threw her to the orphanage and said that she would come back to pick her up in the future. The old guard sighed. Almost 20 years have passed, and no one came to pick her up. I don't know if her heart is still waiting. AI, how can there be such a mother in the world? She's worse than a beast. Chapter 21-25. Soo-Yun smiled and returned to the car. He gave up the idea of leaving Lillian here, and waited quietly at the entrance of the orphanage for Lillian to play happily with the children. Soo-Yun suddenly felt that the saying, "You can't judge a book by its cover," applied to anyone. What was behind everyone's back? Perhaps there was a space that others could never see through. Before coming to the orphanage, in Soo-Yun's eyes, Lillian was just a materialistic girl who mingled in the nightclub every day. However, in this place, all of Soo-Yun's assumptions were overturned. Soo-Yun took a deep breath. He didn't expect that there would be a time when he was wrong. Many times, things were always like this. Inadvertently, earth-shaking changes would occur. After waiting for a long time, Lillian finally walked out of the orphanage surrounded by all the children and teachers. She seemed reluctant to part with them as she intimately stroked the hair of a little girl who was hugging her leg and didn't want her to leave. She whispered something softly. Soo-Yun got out of the car and walked forward. He smiled and greeted the teachers of the orphanage. The teachers of the orphanage looked at Soo-Yun happily. At this time, a little boy suddenly said, "Sister Lillian, will you come to see us in the future when you have a boyfriend?" Children were naive. Children's words carried no harm. He was full of fear because he was really worried that Lillian wouldn't come to see them in the future. The children of the orphanage loved Sister Lillian so much that they really didn't dare to think about a life where Sister Lillian didn't come to see them in the future. Lillian was speechless for a moment. She knew very well that the inner world of an orphan was fragile. Because she was an orphan herself, her inner world was very fragile. This was especially true for people close to her. Any words could affect her. Of course. Soo-Yun smiled. Your sister Lillian will definitely come here to invite you to her wedding in the future. Soo-Yun's words instantly broke the children's worries and brought the children into a beautiful future. They all loved Lillian so much that when they thought of Lillian wearing a beautiful wedding dress in the future, they were all so excited that they almost jumped up. Lillian wasn't the only one who was surprised that Soo-Yun could solve the problem with just a few words. Even the experienced teachers in the orphanage admired Su-Yun's ability to adapt. Sister Lillian, is what this brother said true? Will you invite us when you get married? The little girl holding Lillian said excitedly. Yes, yes, we definitely will. Lillian was really full of love for this little girl. And I'll let little Seven be my flower girl princess. The little girl cheered happily and jumped up with the other children. All right, let's say goodbye to big sister Lillian. They're going back, and we're going to eat dinner. A teacher smiled and said, let's say goodbye to big sister Lillian and this big brother. Goodbye. Goodbye, sister Lillian. The children said in unison. They were all very cute. They really didn't know why they were abandoned by their parents and became orphans. Perhaps some of them were born with some disabilities, but this was all given to them by the heavens. It wasn't their fault. Why were they abandoned? Those parents who had broken their conscience should really think about it. If they were irresponsible, why did they bring this child into the world? Su-Yun and Lillian returned to the car and slowly left the orphanage. After getting in the car, the two didn't speak. After 7 or 8 minutes of silence, Lillian said, I thank you on behalf of the children for what happened just now. There's no need to be so polite. Su-Yun smiled. He didn't expect Lillian to be a person with a story. I didn't expect that you were a child from here. Is that so? Lillian nodded. Yes, no one would think that I was a child from the orphanage. Because the children in the orphanage are always so lonely. Their hearts are sealed the moment they are abandoned. If no one helps them open a new window, then their lives will be dark. Su-Yun also said with some sadness. Yes, but the children in the orphanage are also the purest. If someone can motivate them, bring them positive energy, and help them open that window, they will be purer than anyone else. Their lives are the most sunny. Because they have experienced the darkest life, they can feel more sunshine than ordinary children. Lillian was very surprised that Su-Yun could understand so deeply. Seeing Lillian's surprise, Su-Yun smiled. There's nothing to be surprised about, because I'm also an orphan. Buzz. Lillian's mind went blank. You're also an orphan? Su-Yun wanted to explain some things, but he couldn't reveal his identity. He could only combine the two together and say, yes, I'm also an orphan. I'm not as happy as you guys. I can't grow up happily in the orphanage. From the day I became sensible, I was trained by my boss on an isolated island outside the country. The way Lillian looked at Su-Yun was completely different from before. This was because she didn't expect that Su-Yun was the same as her. I lived my entire childhood in exhaustion and fear. Su-Yun's words were true. This was because Zhang Taisui had really trained him to death. After going to the Dragon Brigade, Wang Yi had also trained him to death. Su-Yun could remember that his childhood was filled with tiredness every day. Until one day, the tiredness suddenly disappeared. Then another day, the fear suddenly disappeared. However, after that day, Su-Yun's childhood also disappeared. Lillian didn't expect Su-Yun to be such a pitiful person. When her heart was touched, her eyes even became moist. Let's not talk about it. It's all in the past. Su-Yun said, what should be in the past will always be in the past. After the suffering disappears, what will usher in will always be light and uprightness. Yes, the rainbow will always be after the wind and rain. Our lives will become more and more exciting. Lillian was full of expectations for her future. And I will also make those children's lives full of excitement. Su-Yun smiled. Then how long do you plan to work in Land's bar? Drinking and staying up late every day isn't an exciting life. I don't know either, but I believe that I will leave this life sooner or later. Lillian was a bit sad. Yes, that was not the life she wanted. However, in order to make a living, in order to bring a better life to the children in the orphanage, she had been working hard. Against her will, she lived a life she didn't want. There were dozens of children in the orphanage, and Lillian was taking care of and helping them. If she wanted to buy clothes, she would need dozens of pieces at a time. For Lillian, other than her current job, there was no other job that could allow her to take on this responsibility. Yes. Su-Yun nodded. It's good to leave early. Lillian suddenly looked up at Su-Yun. No matter how bad you are, no matter how shameless you are not a bad person at heart. Why did you join Hongdong Society? Suyin knew that Lillian would ask this. I've already gone astray. Moreover, I'm different from you. I've lived in the dark since I was young, so it's impossible for me to become a good person. This is my life. I didn't choose to resist, I just accepted it. I don't like my life. But you really aren't a bad person, Lillian said. Don't say any more. Suyin. Otherwise, I will stop the car now and force you to do circles in the car. At that time, you will believe that I am a person who can't become a good person. Lillian didn't say anything else, but she firmly believed that Suyin wasn't that kind of person. However, she wouldn't take the risk of angering Suyin. After all, even if Suyin's heart was good, his current situation was evil. Good and evil thoughts often changed in an instant, making it impossible for people to understand. Many evil things were not done by evil people. It was just that the kindness in their hearts was driven by the devil in an instant. Chapter 21-26. After Suyin and Lillian returned to the apartment, Lillian smiled. Thank you for bringing me back. I thought you would leave me there. I really thought about it. Suyin said. After all, I owe you lunch. Your condition is to send you there and pay it back. Well, now you've sent me back. Does that mean I owe you? Lillian said. I don't like to owe others. What do you want to eat tonight? Suyin smiled. You can still freeload? That's great. I'll eat whatever I have. I'm not picky. At this time, Suyin's phone rang. It was Li Guang. Li Guang had finished his work and asked Suyin to go to Shallow Lake Manor for dinner. He also asked Suyin to come over as soon as possible. Suyin nodded and hung up the phone. You owe me this dinner. Suyin smiled faintly. You also know that since I've chosen my path, it's not up to me. Lillian knew that she dealt with Li Guang and the people of Hongdong Society every day. This was normal. Okay, you go. Compared to you disturbing me, I really prefer to eat alone, Lillian said. Oh, by the way, are you going back to Lan Bar tonight? That depends on Brother Guang. I'll go with him. I'll go first. You go upstairs. Suyin opened the door and got back in. After setting the navigation route, he quickly left the apartment and went to Shallow Lake Manor. Shallow Lake Manor wasn't as big as Suyin had imagined. Perhaps in a place like Hong Kong and Macau, a place of this scale could already be considered a manor. One must know that in Huaxia, a manor was at least twice as big as this place. Of course, this place was not small. After Suyin entered the manor, he found a place to eat and drove for several minutes. When Suyin arrived, Li Guang's lackey, who was arranged outside, came forward to welcome him. Brother Yin, please come in. Brother Guang is waiting for you inside. We're all brothers. Don't be so polite. Just call me Suyin. Suyin. This person kept calling him Brother Yin. It was really unnatural. It was as if he had really become Brother He. Brother Yin, this is our rule. The man smiled. Li Guang's meaning was very clear. Everyone could see that Li Guang wanted Suyin to have a position that was second only to him. Therefore, Li Guang's underlings were very polite to Suyin. Suyin was led to Li Guang's private room by the lackey. After seeing Suyin, Li Guang hurriedly asked him to take a seat. I left in a hurry at noon and forgot something. After saying that, Li Guang took out an envelope beside him and gave it to Suyin. Take it first. Suyin did not even need to look to know what was inside the envelope. Judging from the thickness of the envelope, it was at least 50,000 yuan. He did not refuse Li Guang and directly accepted it. In the afternoon, Suyin had already experienced what it meant to be a penniless hero. He did not want to experience the feeling of being penniless again. Thank you, Brother Guang, Suyin said. Brother, don't look down on it. This is nothing to you, Li Guang said. Don't think it's too little. Just treat it as pocket money. In the future, we brothers will definitely not lack this. Suyin nodded. He looked at the decoration of the place. It was quite magnificent. Eating at this place was not something ordinary people could afford. Brother Guang, there's no need for the two of us to be so ostentatious, right? Ha ha ha, brother. It's not just the two of us eating today. Li Guang laughed. There will be someone paying the bill. Don't worry. Su Yun saw that Li Guang was sitting in the main seat. Isn't this seat reserved for those who pay? At that moment, a middle-aged man appeared. He was dressed in formal attire, but his forehead was covered in sweat. The moment he entered, he quickly apologized. Sorry, Brother Guang. I'm really sorry. Something troublesome happened just now. I'm late. I'll punish myself. It's not time yet. I'm just a little early, Li Guang said. All right, sit down. The middle-aged man nodded and sat down. Only then did he notice that there was another person present. He looked at Su Yun and asked Li Guang in confusion. Brother Guang, this is? This is my brother Su Yun, Li Guang said. I plan to hand over your matters to him in the future. The middle-aged man was stunned, and he looked at Li Guang in confusion. Li Guang smiled and introduced him to Su Yun. This is Chief Chen Jianzhong. He is the boss of Shallow Lake Manor. This is Chief Chen's place, Su Yun said. Nice to meet you, Chief Chen. Chen Jianzhong quickly got up and poured tea for Su Yun and Li Guang. As he poured tea for Su Yun, he did not forget to curry favor with them. Brother Yun, I hope you can take care of me in the future. It's not easy to do business in this small place. Please bear with me and forgive me. Su Yun did not understand what he meant. He just nodded and did not say anything. Chen Jianzhong instructed the waiter to serve the dishes immediately. He had to make sure that Brother Guang and Brother Yun had a good meal and drink happily. Chief Chen, you just want my brother to take care of you. Is there anything else you want to say? Li Guang smiled. If my brother takes care of you, who will take care of my brother? Brother Guang, as you know, I'm having a hard time recently, Chen Jianzhong said. I guarantee that I won't be short of a single cent. Can you give me a few days, no, 10 days? Chief Chen, you have such a huge manor. Can't you take out that bit of money? Li Guang smiled. You know the interest. If you're late, the interest will compound by 5% every day. 10 days. That's how much interest. Do you think you can afford it? Brother Guang, listen to me. I'm in a hurry. If not, I definitely wouldn't drag it out for 10 days. Chen Jianzhong said. I beg you to be magnanimous. Just give me 10 days. I promise. It's just that I really can't afford the compound interest. Can you? Li Guang smiled. Chief Chen, you aren't someone who doesn't know the rules. I'm doing things according to the rules and according to the agreement. There are some things that you and I can't compromise on. It depends on the agreement. Since we have agreed on it, we have to do it according to the agreement. Brother Guang, please be magnanimous and give me a way out, Chen Jianzhong said. Li Guang looked at Su Yun. At that moment, the waiter began serving the dishes. Su Yun knew what Li Guang meant. He said to Chen Jianzhong, Chief Chen, don't make things difficult for Brother Guang. If there's anything, tell me. Don't disturb Brother Guang's eating mood. Yes. Let's eat first. Let's not talk about that while eating. How could Chen Jianzhong still be in the mood to eat? He kept pouring tea and water for Li Guang and Su Yun. He kept adding dishes for the two of them, but he didn't eat a single bite. He really couldn't eat. He was on tenterhooks. Su Yun was soon full. The taste was pretty good. The chef was quite good. Chief Chen, we're doing things according to the rules. Don't make things difficult for me or Brother Guang. Su Yun, regarding this matter, you have to give me a clear answer today. Otherwise, I don't know what I will do. Chen Jianzhong looked at Su Yun and realized that Su Yun wasn't the kind of person who could be easily fooled. 5 days. Just 5 days. 25% interest, Su Yun said. Li Guang opened his mouth to interrupt Su Yun. Compound interest. 5%. It's not 5 days of accumulation. It's compounded. It will be more. Su Yun nodded and said to Chen Jianzhong, I'm not good at math, but you know how much it is. After 5 days, 1% less. I really don't have that much interest. Chen Jianzhong said, how about 3 days? Even 3 days is fine. Su Yun looked at Li Guang. Li Guang sneered. Chen Jianzhong, do you really think I don't know if you have money? Chapter 21-27. Chen Jianzhong looked at Li Guang in horror. Li Guang said with disdain, Chen Jianzhong, I know how much money you have now. 3 days ago, you said you didn't have it. At that time, I believed you. So I didn't force you. I really don't have it. Brother Guang, please believe me. Chen Jianzhong said. Chen Jianzhong, the trust one gave you is not for you to fool me. Li Guang smiled. 3 days ago, you really didn't have it. But after 10 a.m. today, the money was in. Am I right? Chen Jianzhong was shocked. How did Li Guang know? Your funds from Su Peng's financing company are in place. At 10 a.m. today, Su Peng handed over all the funds to you. Li Guang said. Chen Jianzhong, I don't care what you were thinking. Why didn't you contact me to return the money? Chen Jianzhong was still in shock. He didn't know what to say. Let me tell you, Chen Jianzhong. I know what you're thinking. If you think you can delay me for 3 days, you can delay me for 5 days. If you can delay me for 5 days, you can delay me for 10 days, half a month, or even longer. Li Guang said. Do you think I've been too nice to you? Chen Jianzhong was so nervous that his body was trembling. Li Guang was right. He did have such thoughts. In recent years, Hong Kong and Macau's economic development had been slightly stagnant. He thought that this would be an opportunity to rise. So he had been researching a project. Now, if he could use the money that Hong Dongxi lent him, he would be able to develop his business. Then he could get another loan from the bank by mortgaging it. At that time, he could return the money, which would be the most beneficial for him. I'm at 8 p.m., Li Guang said. Chen Jianzhong, I'll give you 15 hours. Chen Jianzhong's fingers were trembling. He was afraid, but he was not willing to give up. Brother Guang. 10 days, I only need 10 days. Chen Jianzhong said. We've known each other for so long. Don't we even have 10 days of trust? How can I trust you? Just now before I exposed you, you told me that you don't have money. Li Guang sneered. Don't talk to me about trust. I can only do things according to the rules. Otherwise, you know the consequences. Although Chen Jianzhong was nervous and afraid, he was also shocked and angry. Then what do you want? Su Yin directly pressed Chen Jianzhong onto the table and broke a glass cup. The sharp glass was directly pressed against Chen Jianzhong's throat. What do you think I want? Li Guang asked. Chen Jianzhong quickly said, Brother Guang, you can't do this. You can't do this to me. Let me tell you, Chen Jianzhong, the money you borrowed from Hongdong Lending Company is due at 5 p.m. today, Li Guang said. I've already given you enough face by postponing it to tomorrow morning. Chen Jianzhong said, Brother Guang, let's talk things over. There's nothing to discuss. Li Guang replied. Tomorrow after 5 a.m. Your debt will exceed 24 hours. You know my rules. If you give me your little finger as interest, I won't pursue the 5% interest rate for the day. After saying that, Li Guang gave Su Yin a look. Other than Su Yin, there were also 3 of Li Guang's underlings present. Su Yin didn't hesitate and cut off Chen Jianzhong's little finger on the spot. Chen Jianzhong howled in pain. He didn't expect Li Guang to not give him any face. Chen Jianzhong, I know you're not a good person, but you better use your brain and think about the consequences of offending Hongdong Lending Company. Li Guang said coldly. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I'll get my brothers to wait for you in the main office of Hong Kong and Macau Bank. After saying that, Li Guang got up and walked out of the room. Su Yin threw away the blood-stained wine glass. Remember, it's 9 o'clock. Be there or be square. Looking at the people leaving one by one, Chen Jianzhong reluctantly took out his phone and dialed a number. When the call connected, the person on the other end was obviously in a chaotic place, so his voice was very loud. Speak. What happened? Brother Cohen, I can't do what you told me to do. Chen Jianzhong said painfully. I'd rather give up my business plan. I don't dare to hold back this money anymore. What do you mean? The person who answered the call was De Cohen. He didn't expect the matter he discussed with Chen Jianzhong to be changed. Chen Jianzhong, are you playing with me? Brother Cohen, I don't dare. I also want to succeed in this business, so I'll use this money to make an overdraft. I'm also sincere about giving you 30% of the dividends I promised you. Chen Jianzhong said, but I can't do business now. I can't hold back this money. I have to return it to Brother Guang tomorrow. I really can't use it for investment. I really can't give you any more benefits. De Kuan scolded loudly. Chen Jianzhong, use your F*king brain and think about who helped you get this money. If I didn't step in, do you think Su Peng would have given you this money? You promised me that you wouldn't return this money to Li Guang. That's why I stepped in for you. I know all about it. Brother Kuan, but I can't do anything. Chen Jianzhong said. Brother Guang already arranged for someone to keep an eye on the accounts. He even cut off my little finger as interest. If I don't return it in 10 days, I won't even have 10 fingers left. What is he going to do? Before 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, Brother Guang arranged for someone to meet me at the Hong Kong and Macau bank to transfer the money. Chen Jianzhong said. I really can't do anything. Brother Kuan, I can't take it anymore. De Kuan said coldly. Who did he arrange to meet you? I haven't seen this person before. His name is Su Yun. He seems to be quite close with Brother Guang. Chen Jianzhong said. Brother Kuan, you are the most powerful among the few big brothers in the Hongdong group. You must know this person. Su Yun. It's Su Yun again. De Kuan's face became very cold. He felt unhappy when he first saw Su Yun. He didn't expect this guy to be his jinx. Well, since he was a jinx, he had to get rid of him. However, before getting rid of Su Yun, he had to finish what he was doing now. Today, that damn Fatty Tian dared to challenge him. Humph. Well, then he would let Fatty Tian know what kind of person he, De Kuan, was. De Kuan hung up the phone. When Chen Jianzhong suddenly heard the busy tone, he was at a loss. He had no other choice but to do as Li Guang said. At this moment, De Kuan, who was on the Nine Dragon Mountain in the Huangdu district, threw away the cigarette butt in his hand. He pointed at a few underlings who were digging desperately and shouted, Dig! Hurry up and dig! Next to the pit, a young woman and a 5-year-old child who were tied up were crying their hearts out. However, because their mouths were sealed, they couldn't make a sound. Don't blame me for being ruthless. I, De Kuan, am very particular about what I do. I will do this today. If you want to blame someone, blame Fatty Tian. De Kuan said. If he didn't always go against me in the club, you and your son wouldn't have to go to the Western Paradise so early. Ha 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 ha. Soon the pit was dug. De Kuan walked forward with a cold gaze and kicked the young woman and child into the pit. His underlings didn't hesitate and quickly began to fill the hole. De Kuan lit another cigarette and squinted his eyes to look at the stars in the sky. He muttered to himself, Fatty Tian, you're really fast in preparing. Luckily, I stopped you at the airport. Humph, humph, humph. You can't afford to play with me, De Kuan. Trash. After the underlings quickly buried the hole, they walked in front of De Kuan and waited for orders. De Kuan looked back and saw that there was no movement. He pointed at 2 of them and said, You 2 stay here and watch for the night. Go back tomorrow. After saying that, De Kuan left with the others. Chapter 21-28. After Li Guang and Su Yun left Chen Jianzhong's place, Li Guang received a call from Fatty Tian. He said that De Kuan had brought people to cause trouble at the place he was in charge of. Li Guang and Fatty Tian had always had a good relationship. He immediately rushed over with a few underlings and Su Yun. When they arrived, Fatty Tian had already settled the matter. He even caught 2 of De Kuan's men. Fatty Tian was angrily slapping the 2 guys. When he saw Li Guang, he immediately walked forward. Damn it, De Kuan is unruly now. Boss just left and he wants to cause trouble. Li Guang frowned. Are your wife and child okay? They're fine. Fatty Tian said. Don't worry. I arranged for their departure after I went back today. After saying that, Fatty Tian looked at the watch on his hand. The plane should have taken off an hour ago. I personally sent them to the airport. Just watch them board the plane with your own eyes, Li Guang said. Fatty Tian scolded. I wanted to watch them board the plane with my own eyes. But something happened when I just arrived at the airport. I let them go to the boarding gate by themselves. It's fine. There are so many people at the airport. I don't believe that De Kuan has the guts to hurt people at the airport. Li Guang took out a cigarette and handed one to Fatty Tian, and one to Su Yun. Yes, we have to be careful when facing a mad dog like Dakuin. No one knows what Dakuin will do. That guy is a madman. You should be careful too. Who knows if this guy will bite you after he's done biting me? Fatty Tian said. I really should be like you and get married. Once I encounter this kind of mad dog, I have to worry more. It's good that you can send them away in time. You can do things with peace of mind. Li Guang said. How do you plan to deal with these two people? I will King cripple them first and send them back to Dakuin. I want to see how Dakuin will explain it to me. Fatty Tian said. When boss comes back, I must explain this matter to him. Li Guang took a puff of his cigarette. Fatty, you've been with boss for so many years. Don't you know how boss does things? Since when did he care too much about the disputes below? In the eyes of the boss, benefits are the most important. Fatty Tian was stunned. You saw it this morning. Dakuin's harvest was the highest, so even if he brought weapons into the meeting room, boss didn't say anything. Li Guang said. His harvest is almost twice as much as yours. Both of you have similar territories. Even if you look for boss, what can he do? Fatty Tian grinned. Yes, what Li Guang said made sense. Even if boss knew about it, what could he do? At most he would say a few words. There would not be any substantial punishment for Dakuin. Dakuin has already figured out boss's mindset, Li Guang said. So he knows very well that as long as his harvest is guaranteed, boss will turn a blind eye to his actions. Fatty Tian nodded. Then how about we join forces to deal with him once? Deal with him? Li Guang said, think about it. If we do something to him now, and when we talk about the harvest at the next meeting, how will boss react if he hands over just a tiny bit? Boss will naturally ask for the reason. When the time comes, he will bite us back. What will boss think of us? Fatty Tian scratched his head. This wouldn't do, that wouldn't do. Could it be that he had to swallow his anger like this? Then what should we do? I definitely can't swallow this, Fatty Tian said. You have to swallow it even if you can't, Li Guang said. Now is the time for Dakuin to be arrogant. A man knows when to yield and when to stand tall. As long as you stay calm, Dakuin can't do anything to you. Trust me. Fatty Tian let out a long sigh. Yes, he had to endure it. He raised his head and looked at Su Yun. Brother, you have to be careful too. That mad dog said some harsh words to you at the meeting today. He really dares to bite people. Su Yun smiled. Thank you for your concern, Brother Tian. You're Brother Guang's brother, so you're my brother too. I definitely have to care about you. Fatty Tian said. If you really encounter any trouble that Brother Guang can't solve, don't forget that there's still me. One more person means one more solution. Don't worry. Yes. Su Yin nodded. Li Guang said. Don't worry about my brother. Even if Dakuin brings out all his subordinates, they might not be able to do anything to him. Fatty Tian thought to himself, you can keep bragging, but he obviously wouldn't say that on the surface. That wouldn't be giving him face. Yes, one look and I can tell that Brother Su Yin has extraordinary skills. Today, you made that mad dog so miserable. Ha ha ha, it's really satisfying. Su Yin only smiled and didn't say anything. You too, I'm telling you. Dakuin will be King finished sooner or later. Follow him? Sell your life to him? Fatty Tian vented his anger on the two guys again. I'll let you know the consequences today. Go regret it. Beat them up. He beat them up really ruthlessly, as if he wanted to kill them. If you really beat these two guys to death, then there won't be any evidence. Li Guang smiled. Alright, since I know that you're fine, then I'm relieved. But you still have to be careful. Don't worry. No problem. Fatty Tian nodded. No one would have thought that after Li Guang and Su Yin left with their men, Dakuin would personally come to look for them. Before Fatty Tian finished venting his anger, Dakuin rushed in with his men. Who is this? Who is this? So insensible and made Brother Tian angry. Take these two guys who don't know the rules away. Dakuin came in and was about to take them away. His men also rushed forward without saying anything. Fatty Tian came back to his senses and stepped in front of everyone. He scolded angrily. Dakuin, you really have the face to see me. Brother Tian, I'm sorry. I didn't discipline them well. I heard that my men gave you trouble, so I immediately came to solve the problem for you. Dakuan said. You have to understand that I'm here to help you. Help your sister. Fatty Tian waved his hand. You want them? Sure, but give me an explanation. I'm bringing my men back to discipline them. I don't think I need to give you an explanation, right? Dakuan smiled. Fatty, if I call you brother a few times, will you forget your surname? Then let me tell you. Your surname is Tian. Do you remember? Fatty Tian was so angry that the fat all over his body trembled. Let me tell you, Dakuan. If you don't explain this clearly today, don't even think about taking them away. I've already said it. Did you not understand, or did you not hear clearly? Dakuan said. You won't hold on to such a small matter, right? Fatty, if you have the time to argue with my two underlings, don't you have the time to personally send your wife and children to the plane? Hearing Dakuan's words, Fatty Tian's face completely changed. He grabbed Dakuan's collar. What did you say? Don't be agitated, okay? Dakuan said. Sister-in-law and the children are fine. When they arrive at their destination, give them a call and ask. No. Maybe they will tell you that they are safe once they get off the plane. Haha. Fatty Tian trembled and said. Dakuan, I'm telling you, don't provoke my family. Otherwise I won't let you off. If you dare to touch my family, even if I die, I will kill you. I'm very scared. Don't scare me, Dakuan said. I'm just giving you a kind reminder. Fatty, my men will definitely be taken away today. Just give me an answer. Can you let me take them away happily? No. Fatty Tian said. Dakuan met his gaze. If I bring people to snatch them, I'm afraid your men won't be enough, right? You. Fatty Tian was completely speechless. This guy was completely unreasonable. Take them away. Dakuan spoke again. This time, Fatty Tian did not stop Dakuan. He allowed Dakuan to take the two people away in front of him. Sometimes having more people was indeed useful. Fatty Tian fiercely punched the wall. He swore that he would kill Dakuan sooner or later. Fatty Tian looked at the time again and calmed himself down. In another half an hour, his wife and children would be able to safely arrive at the city arranged by the mainland. Then they would be safe. Chapter 21-29. However, after fidgeting for half an hour, Fatty Tian didn't receive a call from his wife. Fatty Tian called, but his phone still indicated that it was turned off and not in the service area. All of this made Fatty Tian extremely nervous. Within 10 minutes, Fatty Tian made 12 calls, but there was still no result. He couldn't sit still anymore. He immediately called the airline to ask about the flight. The other party told him that the flight had arrived safely. Fatty Tian immediately reported the names of his wife and child to them to help check. He also quickly received a reply. The two of them didn't board the plane in time, so they didn't leave Hong Kong and Macau with the flight. Fatty Tian's mind went blank, as if he was struck by lightning. He knew that he was in trouble now. Something had happened. This must be the damn Dakuan's doing. It must be Dakuan. Dakuan. I'll kill your whole family. Fatty Tian's mind was in a mess. His wife followed him without hesitation back then, and there was definitely true love between them. Although Fatty Tian's appearance wasn't outstanding, he really loved his family, and could give them a sense of security. However, his son was only 5 years old. He was extremely adorable and looked exactly the same as he did when he was a child. His little face was so tender that water could be squeezed out of it. This baby was Fatty Tian's lifeblood. No matter how hard Fatty Tian worked outside, once he saw his baby, all his hardships would disappear. Fatty Tian dialed Dakuan's phone and scolded him. Dakuan, you dare to F***king touch my family. Even if I die, I'll make your whole family pay with their lives. I'm warning you. Let them go immediately. Dakuan received Fatty Tian's call. When he heard the other party's roar, he immediately moved the phone away from his ear. When Fatty Tian finished venting, he smiled and said, Fatty, what happened? I don't understand what you're saying. Don't pretend to be confused. Fatty Tian said angrily. Dakuan, if there's any conflict between us, you can F***king come at me. Are you still human to lay your hands on women and children? Fatty, don't be angry. Didn't you threaten me just now that you're going to kill my whole family? If my family is killed, I'll suspect you and cause trouble for you? Dakuan said. Didn't I say that I was joking this morning? How could I do anything out of line to sister-in-law and child? Am I that kind of person? Cut it out. Fatty Tian said angrily. Don't think that I can't do it. I can do what I say. If anything happens to my wife and child, I will really kill your whole family. F***ck off. Fatty Tian, I'm warning you, I Dakuran, only have one mother. She lives in Sim Sha Sui. Go ahead and kill her if you have the guts. Dakuan spat. That would save me the trouble of taking care of her when she's old. Fatty Tian gritted his teeth and said, Dakuan, you're F***king inhumane. How could you say something like that? I'm not you. Do you think that you, Fatty Tian, are a good person? Don't pretend to be virtuous in front of me, I won't fall for it. Dakuan said. If you want to cause trouble with me, fine, I'll wait for you. I'll accompany you anytime. Come find me if you have the guts. I'll be waiting for you. Don't think I don't dare. Where are you? Dakuan snorted. I'm going to Li Guang's place to drink now. Lan Bar, I'll wait for you. Dakuan hung up the phone after he finished speaking, not giving Fatty Tian a chance to speak. After hanging up the phone, Fatty Tian rushed to the Lan Bar. Halfway there, he remembered to call Li Guang and inform him that the Lan Bar was Li Guang's place. He was afraid that Dakuan was up to no good. He was definitely going to cause trouble. Fatty Tian hurriedly dialed Li Guang's phone. Brother Guang, Dakuan is at Lan Bar. I'm going to find him now. My wife and child couldn't leave Hong Kong and Macau. It must be this bastard's doing. At this time, Li Guang had just returned to the apartment building where Su Yun lived with Su Yun. He originally planned to go to other places today. He wanted to tell Su Yun in detail about the possible trouble that might happen tomorrow, and how to prevent Chen Jianzhong from doing something when he transferred the money. Hearing Fatty Tian's words, Li Guang immediately warned Fatty Tian. Don't be impulsive. Calm down first. I'll bring people over now. You mustn't have a conflict with him. Although Fatty Tian agreed verbally, he didn't listen to Li Guang's advice at all. He still rushed to Lan Bar at the fastest speed. It was impossible for Fatty Tian to calm down when it involved the safety of his family. Not to mention going to Lan Bar. Even if Dakuan asked him to go to a mountain of knives or a sea of flames, he wouldn't even frown. Li Guang hung up the phone and asked Su Yun to go with him. Su Yun could also see the seriousness of the matter from Li Guang's expression. Obviously, although Fatty Tian was a member of Hongdong society, he wasn't the kind of person who was completely heartless. Li Guang couldn't ignore him. Moreover, if Li Guang wanted to gain a foothold in Hongdong society, it was important to have the support and help of people like Fatty Tian. Fatty Tian arrived at Lan Bar before Li Guang and Su Yun arrived. At this time, Dakuan was drinking happily. After Fatty Tian arrived, he rushed forward without saying a word and grabbed the wine bottle on Dakuan's table. Dakuan's underlings saw this and quickly stood up to protect Dakuan. The people in charge of Lan Bar all knew Dakuan and Fatty Tian. They were big brothers on the same level as their big brother, Li Guang. They didn't know how to intervene in this matter. Dakuan, if you don't hand over the person today, don't think of walking out of here alive. Fatty Tian said fiercely. Dakuan wasn't nervous at all. Which eye of yours saw me touch your wife and child? Fatty Tian, don't frame a good person. Be careful, I'll sue you for slander. What do you want? Fatty Tian's eyes were red. I said I didn't touch your family. Dakuan said. If you continue to pester me, then I won't be polite. F***ck your mother. Fatty Tian raised the wine bottle in his hand and threw it at Dakuan. Dakuan came prepared. He brought so many people with him, but Fatty Tian only brought a few people. He didn't think that Dakuan had already planned all of this. With this move, Dakuan's men swarmed forward and directly threw Fatty Tian, and the few people he brought to the ground. Dakuan didn't have any intention of stopping his subordinates. So many people beat up Fatty Tian and the rest. Fatty Tian's head was split open and blood flowed out. His underlings were beaten up even more miserably in order to protect him. De Kuan had already instructed his underlings to beat Fatty Tian to death as long as he made a move. Even if this fatty was crippled, the boss wouldn't do anything to him. The moment Fatty Tian stepped into the orchid bar, he had stepped into a trap. In the corner of the orchid bar, De Kuan's men had surrounded him and blocked his view. Just like that, Fatty Tian was beaten half to death. Trash. De Kuan sneered. The people in Lan Bar didn't dare to interfere, but seeing that the matter was getting out of hand, they still mustered their courage and tried to stop it. Brother Kuan, this is Brother Guang's place. If you have a conflict with Brother Tian, it doesn't seem to be in accordance with the rules. The man guarding the place wanted to use the rules to resolve the matter. At this moment, Fatty Tian and his men were already on the verge of death. De Kuan stepped forward and grabbed the back of the man's neck and pulled him in front of him. Who do you think you are? You want to talk about rules with me? Are you qualified? Brother Kuan. What I mean is, let me tell you, even if your brother Guang wants to talk about rules with me, he's not F***king qualified. De Kuan snorted. But I have a good temper and a good personality. I'll give your brother Guang some face and don't want anyone to die in his place. Thank you, Brother Kuan. Take your men and get these guys away. It's not like you don't know that Fatty Tian and your brother Guang have a good relationship. De Kuan said. I'll leave the matter of sending them to the hospital to you. If they really die on the road, it won't be my fault. It's because you didn't send them off in time. This man was also panicking. He hurriedly got people to carry Fatty Tian and the few beaten men to the car and send them to the hospital. No matter what, they had to save them first. Chapter 2130. At this moment, Li Guang and Su Yin arrived at the scene. When they saw their men carrying Fatty Huang and his brothers to the hospital, they were furious. Who the F***ck did this? Do you think I want you to be a freeloader? Why can't you watch over such a small matter? Li Guang grabbed the brother he arranged to watch over the bar and roared. Are you trash? Su Yin signaled Li Guang to calm down. He couldn't blame his brother for this. Brother Guang, De Kuan is too much. You can't blame his brothers. They don't have the qualifications to challenge De Kuan. This is all part of De Kuan's plan. He wants to teach you a lesson. Li Guang's mood improved slightly under Su Yin's comfort. Hurry up and send them to the hospital. If anything happens to them, I'll teach you a lesson. The brother who was scolded felt wronged, but he had no choice. He had to do as Brother Guang said and not make a big deal out of it. De Kuan. Li Guang gritted his teeth. His gaze was sharp and he couldn't calm down for a long time. Su Yin strode forward. Brother Guang, since you're here, this matter will be easy to deal with. De Kuan caused trouble at your bar first. If he still wants to cause trouble, we'll accompany him to the end. At this moment, Li Guang's other two capable subordinates had already started calling people. They knew that Brother Guang wouldn't take this lying down. Li Guang strode into the lawn bar with Su Yin. They soon saw De Kuan, who was drinking and chatting merrily in the bar. De Kuan had a cigarette in one hand and a wine glass in the other. He was hugging two ladies who were drinking with him on his left and right. He was laughing without restraint. It was as if nothing had happened. He really didn't put Li Guang in his eyes. He knew that Li Guang couldn't do anything to him. Li Guang brought Su Yin and a few of his subordinates to De Kuan. De Kuan also saw a few people coming from afar, and immediately signaled his subordinates to pour a glass of wine. When Li Guang came in front of De Kuan laughed and said, Serve Brother Guang. Come Brother Guang, let's drink. I'm here to take care of your business. Shouldn't you drink first as a sign of respect? De Kuan's underling brought the glass of wine to Li Guang. Li Guang took the glass and splashed it on De Kuan's face without saying a word. This splash caught De Kuan off guard, and he was in a sorry state. De Kuan's underlings immediately surrounded him with righteous indignation, their bellies full of anger. However, Su Yin and the other brothers were not to be trifled with. They immediately prepared to take action. De Kuan, what's wrong? Do you really think you have the ability to cause trouble in my territory? Li Guang said. You think you can walk out of here alive with just a few of you? De Kuan had been splashed with wine. Although he was furious for the sake of the big picture, he endured it. Brother Guang, are you threatening me? I know. This is your King Street. You have a lot of people on this street. But do you really think that I, Dakuren, will only bring these few people when I go out? Alright then. Since you're ready, let's see who can win, Li Guang said. Dakuren snorted. What did I do that Brother Guang wants to kill me? Didn't I just come here for a drink? If Brother Guang can't afford it, it doesn't matter. I can pay the bill myself later, right? I know that Brother Guang's harvest this time is not as good as mine. I'll order 2 more bottles of wine. I'll give you more money for your cigarettes and wine. Dakuren, you know very well what happened today. Li Guang said. You and Fatty Tian don't like each other. You tricked him today. I have nothing to say about that. But if you lay your hands on his family, you're not following the rules of the underworld. Rules of the underworld? Dakuren was stunned. What are the rules of the underworld? Brother Guang, I don't understand. Can you tell me? What are the rules of the underworld? The rules of the underworld. If there is a personal grudge, you can only take it out on the person. You can't bully the person's family or children. Li Guang glared. Dakuren laughed. If Brother Guang says so, then there's a lot. Brother Guang, are you going to give me a lesson and tell me about the rules of our society? There's no need. I can memorize them. You're not allowed to divulge the internal affairs of the society. You're not allowed to harm your fellow sect members. You're not allowed to rob in private. You're not allowed to defy orders. Dakuren, you know what I'm talking about. Don't change the topic. Li Guang said. Don't go too far. We'll meet again in the future. Today it was Fatty Tian who attacked me first. If you don't believe me, you can ask everyone here, including your own people. Dakuren said. He was the one who didn't follow the rules. He was the one who wanted to harm his fellow sect members. I can't just sit there and be beaten, right? Li Guang lost his patience. That's not what I'm talking about. Dakuren, you know what I mean. Oh. I understand. Dakuren smiled. You're also going to say that I messed with Fatty Tian's woman and child, right? Then go and find evidence. If you can't find evidence, don't slander me here. Li Guang knew that there was no evidence for this matter. If Dakuren would leave evidence, he wouldn't dare to be so arrogant. Even if they went to the airport to check the surveillance footage now, they could only see that the person who took Fatty Tian's family away was one of Dakuren's underlings. And the underling who did this would definitely leave on a boat under Dakuren's arrangement. He might run to Taiwan Island, or he might run to Southeast Asia. Dakuren must have thought about these things clearly. Otherwise, he wouldn't dare to be so unscrupulous. Dakuren, don't make things difficult for me. Li Guang said. Leave me some face. I'm sorry, Brother Guang. You can investigate me as you wish. Fatty Tian's woman and child are really not in my hands. If they were in my hands, I would be your grandson. You should believe me, right? Dakuren said. Of course they weren't in his hands. He had already gone to meet God. Li Guang frowned. Could it be that there was something else fishy about this matter? Who is that girl on the stage? Call her over, and let me get to know her. Dakuren suddenly patted the underling beside him, and asked him to do something. At this time, the person dancing on the bar's stage was Lillian. Dakuren just took a few glances, and was attracted by her small figure. Such a woman was really rare. If her waist was strong, her martial arts would definitely be good. She would definitely be able to serve people to death. The underling immediately went to pull her over. Li Guang frowned but didn't say anything. If Dakuren just wanted to get to know her, he had nothing to say. After all, Lillian worked here at night, and had to face this kind of situation. However, Su Yun suddenly stopped the underling who was about to take action. No need to go. When the underling saw that it was Su Yun, he was about to get angry but held back. The reason was very simple. He saw Su Yun punch Brother Guang and another underling out at the same time this morning. He was very skilled and didn't want to cause trouble for himself. Her name is Lillian. She only dances and does nothing else. Su Yun said coldly. Yo, you know quite a lot. Dakuren saw Su Yun speak and snorted heavily. I was wondering who it was. So it's you again. Brat, you really don't think your life is too big. Brother Guang wants to get to know the woman he likes. Do you think it's your turn to speak? Su Yun said coldly. If I want to speak, I'm afraid it's not your turn to control me. I don't think I'm your man. Dakuin, who was offended, was furious. He said to his underling, I told you to bring her over. What the F***ck are you still standing there for? Just as the underling was about to move, Su-Yun was about to make a move. Li Guang suddenly reached out and patted Su-Yun's shoulder, indicating that Su-Yun shouldn't act rashly. Some things couldn't be impulsive. Dakuin didn't do anything, so they had no reason to make a move. In the end, Su-Yun chose to compromise. Li Guang's way of doing things was correct. He had to remember that he wasn't a good person. He shouldn't meddle too much in other people's business. There was only one premise for them to stop Dakuin's actions. Dakuin had to cause trouble in the venue. Otherwise, they couldn't do anything to Dakuin. Chapter 2131. Dakuin's underling called Lillian over. Seeing that Li Guang and Su-Yun were both there, Lillian had nothing to be afraid of. She went forward and greeted them generously. However, Dakuin's underling pushed Lillian in without any hesitation. Dakuin was even more daring. He grabbed Lillian's hand and pulled her to his side. Come drink with Brother Kuin. With that, Dakuin's underling poured a full glass of wine for Lillian. This glass was 250 milliliters. That was half a caddy of whiskey. Brother Kuin, I don't know how to drink. Lillian could tell that the other party was up to no good. She smiled slightly and said, I'll pour wine for Brother Kuin. A toast to Brother Kuin. Dakuin's face darkened. You're not giving me face? Of course I don't dare to not give Brother Kuin face. Lillian hurriedly said, Brother Kuin is Brother Guang's friend. How would I dare to offend Brother Guang's friend? Brother Kuin, please don't take offense. I really respect you. Don't give me that. If you don't drink this cup of wine today, then you're not giving me, Dakuin, any face. Dakuin said. As expected of someone from Brother Guang's territory, you sure have guts. Brother Kuin, I really can't drink. Lillian still insisted on refusing. At this time, her wrist was already hurting from Dakuin's grip. However, for the sake of Li Guang, Su-Yun and Lan Bar, Lillian didn't say anything. Dakuin sneered. I think you're refusing a toast only to drink a forfeit. Do you want to drink a glass of the divine wine that Brother Kuin specially made for you? The so-called immortal wine was a very disgusting thing to do. In some places, there would be disgusting guests who would pay a high price for the hostesses to drink it. The so-called immortal wine would be poured down the penis, and the hostess would directly catch it with her mouth and drink it. Usually, it would be mixed with the urine of these disgusting people. Lillian's expression changed. She knew that Dakuin wasn't a good person, and wasn't someone she could afford to offend. However, if he wanted to insult her character, she definitely wouldn't accept it. She wasn't that kind of girl. She had her own principles. Choose one. Are you going to take the initiative or do you want me to force you? Dakuin's arrogant look really made people want to beat him up. Lillian bit her lips. She didn't know what she should do, but with such a large cup of wine, she would definitely get drunk. Li Guang had been enduring, and so was Su-Yun. He knew that as long as Li Guang didn't speak, he wouldn't be able to show off. He wasn't a good person, and only a good person would do something like a hero saving a beauty. Su-Yun could only make a move if Li Guang gave the order. Li Guang also had his concerns. After all, Dakuin was at the same level as him. He couldn't fall out with Dakuin just because of a nightclub girl. This wouldn't work no matter what. Moreover, Dakuin only asked her to drink a glass of wine, and didn't ask her to do anything else. In a bar, it was normal to ask a nightclub hostess to accompany you for a drink. The only thing that Dakuin did was to fill a full glass of alcohol. Unless it was someone like Su-Yun, not to mention a girl. Even a person who would feel itchy all over if he didn't drink for a day would definitely be confused if he drank a mouthful. Okay, I'll drink. Lillian finally made a decision. She picked up the glass and drank it all. She resisted the rush of alcohol and swallowed it forcefully. Okay. Dakuin laughed loudly. Lillian's eyes were already filled with tears from the alcohol. Su-Yun clenched his fist. After he dealt with Wang Jingjin, he would definitely capture Dakuin alive, pry open his mouth, and force him to drink 5 bottles. He would let him have a taste of what it was like. Lillian drank all the alcohol in the glass in one breath. She immediately fell into a daze. The alcohol was too strong, and it wasn't something that Lillian could bear. You have a good alcohol tolerance. Come, another glass. DeKoen personally grabbed the wine bottle and filled Lillian's glass. He was very clear about what he was doing. He was wiping the wine. He knew that his actions were not considered to be causing trouble at Li Guang's place, so Li Guang could not do anything to him. Lillian was stunned at that moment. I poured this glass of alcohol for you personally. DeKoen said. If you don't drink, then wouldn't my reputation be worse than a lackey? DeKoen's lackeys followed suit. Su-Yin was about to explode. So many men bullying a girl. What the F***ck are they? They really have the nerve to say that they are members of a society. They are simply a bunch of hooligans. In Hong Kong and Macau, the biggest difference between society members and hooligans was that society members followed the rules. This DeKoen wasn't someone who followed the rules at all. He was a complete hooligan. Lillian, who had already drunk a glass of wine, began to lose her judgment. She didn't know what gave her the courage, but she actually picked up the glass and drank it all in one gulp. The alcohol flowed down from the corner of her mouth to her neck and soaked her collar. The originally thin clothes made the beauty inside even more visible. Good. I like it. You are really a heroine. Come, Brother Koen will drink with you. To you. DeKoen actually continued to drink. DeKoen. Li Guang finally couldn't take it anymore. You are too much. He knew that if he didn't stop it, DeKoen's act of drinking would quickly make Lillian unconscious. Moreover, it was very likely that it would lead to acute alcohol poisoning. If something went wrong, it might even be a matter of life and death. DeKoen was stunned. It's just a glass of alcohol. Brother Guang won't stop me, right? She will die if she continues to drink like this, Li Guang said. DeKoen, I have already given you face. If you continue to cause trouble, then don't blame me for falling out with you. How do you want to fall out with me? For a nightclub girl? DeKoen snorted. I don't even want this girl. Do you think she is still a virgin? Your actions have already put the lives of the people in my place in danger. DeKoen, I am warning you for the last time. Li Guang said. I don't believe that a few glasses of alcohol can kill someone. DeKoen didn't listen to him. He forcefully pressed the glass of alcohol against Lillian's mouth. He was forcing it. Poor Lillian was already unconscious. Now, she could only rely on her weak willpower to close her mouth and resist powerlessly. Stop. Li Guang was finally angry. Su-Yin didn't say anything. He elbowed one of DeKoen's underlings and turned around to kick two of them. Then he pounced on DeKoen like a hungry tiger pouncing on its prey. He snatched the glass of alcohol from DeKoen's hand and threw it away. Then he pinched open DeKoen's mouth with one hand, grabbed the entire bottle of alcohol, and stuffed it into DeKoen's mouth. DeKoen was completely under Su-Yun's control. As he struggled, he kept gulping down the wine. He was choked to the point that tears flowed down his face. He was in a terrible state. However, Su-Yun didn't have any intention of letting him go. He forced the entire bottle of alcohol into DeKoen's mouth. DeKoen's eyes were red. They were bloodshot and filled with tears. When DeKoen's underlings reacted, Su-Yun had already done what he wanted to do. Even Li Guang was shocked. Su-Yun was really merciless when he attacked. DeKoen's underlings were no match for Su-Yun. Su-Yun raised the bottle of alcohol in his hand and knocked two of them down. He turned around and sent another one flying with a kick. With a swing of his iron fist, Li Guang's underlings didn't even need to do anything. DeKoen's underlings were all lying on the ground. This was really F***king cool. Everyone in the bar witnessed this scene. Was he trying to cause trouble? This was simply a performance. Some of the customers even suspected that this was a movie about gangsters. They thought that these were all actors. However, there wasn't a single camera in the entire scene. There weren't any directors or celebrities either. Su-Yun looked coldly at DeKoen. If this guy dared to do anything else and take out his gun again, he would definitely break his hand. DeKoen's mind was muddled by the entire bottle of whiskey. He was furious, but his limbs didn't have any strength. He tried to stand up several times, but he couldn't do it. Take your men and get lost. Li Guang didn't want Su Yin to make a big deal out of this, so he left his last sentence. De Kuan didn't resist anymore. He took his men and left dejectedly. This was the second time he lost face in front of Su Yin. He swore that he would make Su Yin die a horrible death. Yes, a horrible death. Chapter 2132. Li Guang's face had always been gloomy. He knew that De Kuan definitely did not do anything good this time. Fatty Tian was beaten up like that, and he didn't know where De Kuan took his family. The current situation was really a bit tricky. Now Li Guang not only had to arrange his brothers to investigate the news of Fatty Tian's wife and children, but he also had to check on Fatty Tian's situation. He also had to prevent De Kuan from doing anything to him next. He had to prepare a complete plan, otherwise, he wouldn't be able to react in time. Fortunately, Su Yin was a trustworthy person. Li Guang also trusted that Su Yin could deal with what he had to deal with now. Su Yin really didn't expect that after arriving in Hong Kong and Macau, he would have to face so many troubles without even having a proper conversation with Wang Jingjin. Su Yin, I need to deal with Fatty Tian. Li Guang said. I will leave Lillian to you to take care of. In fact, Lillian is a good girl. She is not what we see on the surface. Li Guang didn't know that Su Yin had accompanied Lillian to the orphanage in the afternoon, so Su Yin clearly realized that Lillian wasn't the kind of daughter who would casually indulge in debauchery. I know. You can rest assured, Brother Guang. Su Yin nodded. Right, there is something I didn't tell you, Li Guang said. Lillian lives in the apartment building that I arranged for you to live in. Su Yin almost said that he knew, but fortunately he didn't say it. After all, Li Guang had so many underlings around him. He didn't know what kind of situation he would cause if he said something careless. Su Yin just nodded. 18th floor. Li Guang said. I think the key should be in her bag. You take her to the car first. I will ask someone to get her bag and send it to you. At this time, Lillian was already confused. Just when Su Yin was pouring alcohol into De Kuan's mouth, Lillian couldn't open her eyes. It was 2 full glasses of whiskey. Who could stand it? Moreover, she was not the kind of girl who could drink. I know, Brother Guang. After Su Yin finished speaking, he lifted Lillian up. Lillian was unconscious and her body was very heavy. She couldn't control herself at all. But perhaps it was her independent orphan personality that made her subconsciously mutter that she could do it. That she could do it. Just like that, Su Yin helped Lillian out of the bar. As soon as Lillian left the bar, she couldn't take it anymore. Her stomach felt like it was on fire. When Su Yin saw this, he quickly helped her to the side of the green belt. Lillian spat out some alcohol. She felt so uncomfortable that she couldn't breathe. Go get her a bottle of water. And paper towels. Su Yin asked the little brother who came out with him to help quickly prepare. After Lillian vomited, she felt a little better. Su Yin quickly had her wipe her mouth and rinse her mouth. She couldn't take it anymore. She really couldn't take it anymore. She needed to be sent home to rest. In fact, since she could vomit, Su Yin was even more relieved. At least a part of the alcohol wouldn't continue to stay in her body and harm her. When Su Yin got Lillian into the car, a little brother brought Lillian's bag out. Li Guang followed closely behind. He had to rush to the hospital as soon as possible to check on Fatty Tian's condition. He hoped that Fatty Tian could sober up as soon as possible. That way, it would be easier to find his wife and child. Su Yin drove Lillian back to the apartment quickly. Lillian's condition didn't seem to be serious. It was just that she was so drunk that she probably wouldn't be able to wake up for a while. After returning to the apartment, Su Yin sent Lillian home. However, after searching her bag for a long time, he couldn't find the key to the house. In the end, Su Yin had no choice but to bring Lillian back to his apartment. It didn't matter. However, Lillian was so drunk that she didn't have any consciousness at all. She couldn't control herself at all. The most important thing was that her clothes were splashed with alcohol. It was really a bit miserable. Su Yin simply didn't stop. He took off her clothes and threw them into the washing machine. Lillian's outer clothes were originally thin. After being soaked by the alcohol, it was like a layer of gauze. Su Yin didn't have much of a difference between doing this and not doing it. A gentleman wouldn't take advantage of others when they were in danger. Even when Soo-Yin took a towel to help Lillian wipe her body, he didn't have any evil thoughts. If Lillian was awake now, Soo-Yin couldn't guarantee that he was a gentleman. However, Lillian was unconscious. Soo-Yin definitely wouldn't have any improper thoughts. This was the difference between a gentleman and a villain. People could be romantic, but they couldn't be hooligans. After everything was done, Soo-Yin put Lillian on the bed and covered her with a quilt to sleep. He hung the clothes in the washing machine on the small balcony for Lillian to dry. Although it was late, Soo-Yin couldn't sleep. He laid on the sofa and turned on the TV. He watched the night news of Hong Kong and Macau. After watching for a while, he fell asleep. That night, Lillian slept like the world was spinning. Every time she was slightly awake, she felt that the whole bed was spinning. The feeling of being drunk was really uncomfortable. This feeling of dizziness was still unbearable for her even when she was lying in bed. So uncomfortable. Lillian was really uncomfortable. After an unknown amount of time, Lillian finally woke up a lot. She didn't feel so dizzy anymore, but everything in front of her was unfamiliar. Although the layout of the bedroom was exactly the same as her home, the ceiling light here, the bed here, were all different. Where was this? Lillian opened her eyes wide and thought for a long time. She suddenly realized that something was wrong. She lifted the quilt and found that she was only wearing underwear. Where were her clothes? Lillian's brain buzzed. She was really nervous. Being drunk made it impossible for her to stay rational and calm. She wrapped the quilt around her body and walked out of the bedroom. At a glance, she saw Soo-Yin lying on the sofa. He was sleeping soundly. Soo-Yin fell asleep watching TV until very late yesterday. Now the TV was still on. It was already broadcasting the morning news of Hong Kong and Macau. At this time, Lillian also saw that her skirt was drying on the balcony. Lillian took a deep breath. What did Soo-Yin do to her yesterday? Lillian's mind was blank. She really couldn't figure out anything now. But one thing she was sure of was that she was completely unconscious yesterday. Even if she was in bed, the world was spinning. She felt that someone was touching her again. It must be that Soo-Yin didn't do anything good to her. In the end, this guy was a bastard after all. Soo-Yin, who was sleeping soundly, suddenly felt a murderous aura. He suddenly woke up and saw Lillian, who was standing in front of the sofa wrapped in a quilt, staring at him. You scared me to death. I thought there was a ghost. You're finally awake. Soo-Yin yawned and stretched. He felt comfortable all over. Lillian scolded with disdain. Shameless. Despicable. Dirty. Soo-Yin was scolded when he opened his eyes. His head was buzzing. He quickly sat up and stared at Lillian. Who are you calling shameless? Who are you calling despicable? I'm dirty? How am I dirty? Let me tell you, not only am I not dirty, I'm also a living lay phone. If it wasn't for me, would you be able to come back here? Lillian had a blank look on her face. It was obvious that she had drunk too much yesterday and couldn't remember what had happened to her. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for me, you would have been taken away by Dakuin. I don't even know if you're dead or alive. Soo-Yin said. Lillian still didn't understand what Soo-Yin was saying, but she pointed at her clothes on the balcony and said, Then what about my clothes? Didn't you take them off for me? Soo-Yin, although I know that you're not a good person, I always thought that you were at least a person who dared to take responsibility for his actions. Soo-Yin was speechless. He did dare to take responsibility for his actions, but he didn't do it. What did she want him to take responsibility for? Take responsibility for my ass. He didn't take any advantage at all. It was just a waste of energy. Now he was even labeled as someone who dared to do, but didn't dare to take responsibility. He was really speechless. Chapter 2133. What do you think I did to you? Soo-Yin said angrily. Yesterday, Dakuin forced you to drink and you were unconscious. You were no different from a dead pig. I was the one who brought you back. Also your clothes. If I didn't help you wash them, you would stink today. Lillian opened her eyes wide and tried her best to recall what happened yesterday. She vaguely remembered that she had indeed drunk 2 large glasses of strong liquor under De Cohen's threat. As for what happened after that, she couldn't remember at all because she had lost consciousness after that. Other than the wine stains on your body, there is vomit. Even if you don't care that you stink, I'm still worried that you will not be able to sleep on my bed. Su-yin, have you thought it through? Think again. Did you cause trouble for yourself? Lillian pursed her lips. Yes, I remember a little. But you brought me back yesterday. A man and a woman were alone in a room. You even took off my clothes. I don't believe that you didn't do anything to me. Let me tell you, although I'm not a good person, I'm definitely not someone who takes advantage of others. Su-yin was also angry. You're awake now. I can do things like forcefully push you down. That's me. But you're not awake. Even if you spread your legs in front of me, I won't do anything to you. Lillian gritted her teeth and glared at Su-yin. This guy really didn't treat her like a girl at all. I didn't touch you. Go to the bathroom and take off your underwear to check. See if I'm lying or not. You know your own body very well, right? Why do you still need me to waste my breath to explain it to you? With Su-yun's short temper, he really couldn't stand other people doubting and humiliating his character. To be honest, Lillian knew her own body very well. She didn't feel anything strange. After all, she had never had that kind of relationship with a man. So if Su-yin really did something to her, she would definitely feel that something was wrong. Although Lillian didn't know what it would feel like to have that kind of situation. She had read many romance novels written by girls. What kind of feeling was tearing? What kind of feeling was painful and happy? She did not have any of these feelings. She felt that she was the same as usual. There was nothing unusual about her at all. In that case, it was obvious that Su-yin hadn't done anything to him. Lillian, think about your own body's condition. Su-yin, if you've made up your mind, then put on your clothes and go back to your house. I've been tormenting you since yesterday. My whole body hurts from sleeping on the sofa. I still want to make up for it. Seeing that Su-yin was really angry, Lillian quickly coaxed him. Well, I believe you didn't do anything to me. I misunderstood you. Is that okay? Su-yin shook his head. Whatever you want to suspect, I'm not a good person anyway. Even if you don't believe me, what can you do? Su-yin, you. Lillian glared at Su-yin. This guy is really something. Even if you didn't do anything to me, it's inevitable that you would touch me. Su-yin didn't deny it. Yes, I touched you. I touched your whole body once. Are you satisfied with what I said? This was a fact. When Su-yin helped Lillian wipe her body, these things couldn't be avoided. This was a normal thing. Okay. I was wrong. I misunderstood you. Lillian snorted. You're a big man. Can you not be so narrow-minded? Can you be more generous? Even if I said something wrong, it was unintentional. After all, I'm a girl. Can't I understand this? When Su-yin heard Lillian's apology, it didn't matter. He shrugged his shoulders. Of course, if you said so earlier, my mood wouldn't be so bad. I'm really impressed by you. Lillian shook her head helplessly. She walked to the balcony to take her clothes, but her clothes were not dry at all. She couldn't wear them. Su-yin, I washed it last night. There may be some problems with this broken washing machine. It can't run normally when it's dry. I can't wear these clothes now. Let me borrow yours. After Lillian finished speaking, she went to the closet in the house. In fact, many girls fantasized about wearing their boyfriend's big shirt after taking a shower at home. The feeling was quite sweet. But when Lillian opened the closet, it was empty. There was nothing, not even a piece of clothes. Big sister, please use your brain when you do things. Do you think that I, a person who just moved to Hong Kong and Macau, can have everything in the closet? Su-yin, I don't even have a pair of underwear to lend you. Lillian was speechless. Then help me get it from home. I didn't find the key to your house at all. Su-yin pointed to Lillian's bag. If I had the key to your house, I would have sent you directly to your house. Would I let you occupy my bed? Who said that my key would be in the bag? Lillian was also speechless. My key is under the mat at the door when I go out. It won't be easy to lose it. Su-yin was stunned. Why didn't he think of it? Now many people had this habit of putting the key under the mat at the door. They were really not afraid that a thief would directly find it and take the key to open the door and empty it. Anyway, I don't have anything valuable to steal from my house. Lillian said. You go and help me get one. Su-Yin stood up reluctantly. Then you go take a shower to get rid of the smell of alcohol on your body. You smell it yourself. It's really unbearable. I got it. Lillian was a little embarrassed. When Su-Yin went to get her clothes, she quickly threw the quilt back on the bed and quickly ran to the bathroom to take a shower. The underwear on her body was also dirty. Lillian threw it into the laundry basket. I love to take a shower. My skin is so good. Just as Lillian hummed a song and took a comfortable bath, Su-Yin also quickly came back from Lillian's house. Lillian's clothes were too easy to find. He could get a dress on the sofa. Su-Yin didn't even need to waste his brain. After returning to the house, Su-Yin shouted, I got it back. Then you help me put it in. Lillian, who had just finished bathing and was washing her hair, said. The bathroom in the apartment was not small. The shower room was separate. After Lillian finished speaking, she was ready to pull the curtain of the shower room. However, when she reached out, she didn't touch any curtain. Lillian's brain buzzed for a moment. She forgot that this was not her bathroom. It was all because this place was exactly the same as the one below his house. Great, there were no curtains in the bathroom. Su-Yin didn't think much about it. Since Lillian dared to ask him to put it in, there must be something to cover it. There was no need to think about it at all. However, when Su-Yin opened the door, he saw clearly that the cover on Lillian's body was the scattered transparent shower gel bubbles. Oh! Su-Yin awkwardly put the clothes on the hanger. Lillian looked stunned. If you said that you didn't care about these small details, then you didn't need me to put it in. You can just come out and wear it directly after washing. Su-Yin said to himself. Get out. Lillian covered her important parts with both hands and said. Su-Yin sighed helplessly. You're the one who let me in, and you're the one who let me out. You're really hard to please. When your body can't be covered and is completely exposed, the best cover is to cover your face. That way, no one will recognize you. Of course, Su-Yin would definitely be able to recognize it in the future. On Lillian's left hip, there was a lonely angel doll tattoo. Perhaps this was a pattern that she defined her life. This place couldn't be seen when wearing clothes, so Su-Yin said that he would be able to recognize it in the future. After all, there weren't many people who would tattoo such a friendly pattern. Moreover, it was very painful to tattoo such a place like the hip bone, and it wasn't easy to be seen. Lillian was probably the only person like this. Of course, Su-Yin would remember it. If you don't leave, I will. Lillian prepared the shower head to attack, and reached out to open the bathroom door. I will go, 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 go. Su-Yin quickly turned around. If the room was full of water, he would have to waste energy to clean it. It was too troublesome. Chapter 2134. Lillian took a shower as fast as she could and hurriedly put on her clothes. Only by wearing her clothes would she feel safe. But Su-Yin, this fellow, really disappointed her too much. This was because Su-Yin only took this short skirt and nothing else. Her underwear had been thrown into the laundry basket. Now, she could only do it without clothes. This guy really didn't have a brain at all. He didn't consider what a girl needed at all. Lillian quickly washed her underwear, then walked out and went straight to the balcony to dry her underwear. Su-Yin was still at a loss. Shouldn't you take this thing back to your house to dry? It's not appropriate to leave it with me, right? What? Are you a pervert with lingerie fetishes? Lillian said. If not, then I have nothing to worry about. If you are, then it's really disgusting. Su-Yin didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Don't think of people so dirty, okay? Do I look like such a dirty person? Lillian rolled her eyes at Su-Yin. You really don't. Even when I asked you to go to my house to get clothes for me, you only took an outer layer and let me do it without clothes. I really admire your IQ. Su-Yin was stunned. He understood what Lillian meant, but he really didn't do it on purpose. He really didn't think of this. I'm really sorry about that, Su-Yin said. Then why don't you go home and change into another one? It's not a big deal. Then let's go. Come home with me, Lillian said. Soo-yin was stunned. Why? Go home with you? You want to thank me for everything I did for you yesterday, so you plan to repay me with your body? I can't accept this. You think too much, comrade. Lillian said. It's just because there's nothing at home, so I dare to say that the refrigerator must be empty. And the refrigerator isn't turned on at all, Soo-yin said. I couldn't sleep last night. I wanted to grab a cold beer, but then I realized that the fridge didn't have electricity. So if you don't go to my house, are you going to starve at your house? Lillian said. At least there's something to eat in my fridge. You won't starve to death. When Soo-yin heard that there was food, he didn't hesitate at all. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go. We'll go right away. Lillian really didn't know if Soo-yin was really stupid or just pretending to be stupid. She didn't believe that Soo-yin couldn't even understand this. After the two of them arrived at Lillian's house, Lillian quickly went back to her bedroom to change her clothes. Then, she went to the kitchen to prepare breakfast for Soo-yin. She had a lot of food in the fridge. Toast, eggs, pizza, milk, everything. What happened at the end yesterday? Lillian threw the pizza into the microwave while preparing to fry the eggs and warm up the milk, but she was still curious about what happened yesterday. After drinking 2 glasses of wine, Lillian didn't remember anything at all, so she really seemed to know what happened yesterday. De Kuan was definitely a notorious guy in Hong Kong and Macau. Lillian didn't believe that De Kuan would let her go so easily. Obviously, something must have happened to make De Kuan give up on what he wanted to do to her. Nothing happened. Brother Guang told De Kuan not to go too far, so De Kuan was honest. Soo-yin said. There was no need for him to brag about everything he had done. There was no point in doing so. Lillian pouted and said, Why can't I say it? I don't believe that De Kuan is the kind of person who can be settled with 1 or 2 words. To be honest, it's because I can't drink. If I can drink, I definitely won't cause such trouble for you and Brother Guang. People who can drink can't drink 2 glasses so easily. Soo-yin. De Kuan let you go because Brother Guang asked me to toast De Kuan with a bottle. It's that simple. Lillian was startled. It seemed that Soo-yin really did something yesterday that was enough to make De Kuan furious. Do you know the risk of doing this? Lillian said. De Kuan won't let you go. He can do anything. I think you should talk to Brother Guang and get closer to him. Don't do anything on your own. Soo-yin smiled. If I dare to do it, it means that I'm not afraid. Speaking of doing things alone, Soo-yin remembered that he had to go to the bank at 9 o'clock to meet Chen Jianzhong to get back Chen Jianzhong's debt. It was now 7:30. There was enough time for him to finish breakfast and go to the Hong Kong and Macau bank to do things. Breakfast is ready. I still have something to deal with after eating. You should rest at home. The alcohol won't dissipate so quickly in the body. Soo-yin. I'll leave you the key to the house. After you catch up on your sleep, I'll go and get your clothes back. Lillian nodded. There's no hurry. I still have clothes to wear. I'm not worried that you don't have clothes to wear. I'm worried that if Brother Guang goes back with me and sees your clothes drying on the balcony, it will be hard to explain. Soo-yin. If he misunderstands that I'm a guy who takes advantage of others, how can I have the face to hang out with him? Lillian smiled playfully. If Brother Guang really sees it, then I'll say that I was willing to do it. That's fine. I'm an adult. If I want to do something, no one has the right to discipline me. Soo-yin smiled bitterly. Lillian brought him the fried eggs and milk. The pizza in the microwave was also done. After the two of them had a simple breakfast, it was already 8:15. After Soo-yin made some preparations, he said goodbye to Lillian and drove to the Hong Kong and Macau bank. Li Guang gave him a bank card. As long as Chen Jianzhong transferred the 56 million Hong Kong dollars that he owed to him, everything would be over. All he had to do was to destroy the contract that Chen Jianzhong had signed with them. When Soo-yin arrived at the Hong Kong and Macau bank building, Chen Jianzhong was already pacing back and forth in front of the bank. He was so nervous that he couldn't even feel how painful his fingers were. Soo-yin stopped the car, and walked directly behind Chen Jianzhong. Chen Jianzhong lowered his head, and his mind was full of messy things. He didn't notice at all. "You're quite early," Su Yin said. Chen Jianzhong was so scared that he trembled all over. When he turned around and saw Su Yin, he was like a bird startled by the twang of a bow. Yes, I'm already here," Chen Jianzhong said. "We'll transfer the money immediately. This way Brother Guang and I are even. This way you won't trouble me anymore, right?" Su Yin nodded. "Of course not." Chen Jianzhong took a deep breath. "That's great." Everything ended smoothly. He didn't want to work with the people of Hongdong society anymore. The people of Hongdong society really made him feel insecure. After all, it was a society. "Let's go. The earlier we finish, the earlier we can go home," Su Yin said. Chen Jianzhong nodded again and again. Just as the two were about to enter the bank, 2 cars suddenly came. More than a dozen people came out of the cars. Without saying anything, they went up and held Chen Jianzhong down. Chen Jianzhong didn't feel good. They were going to kidnap him in front of everyone. Su Yin frowned. Just as he wanted to stop them, the people on the other side took out several pistols. In the car parked on the side, someone also aimed a gun at Su Yin. At this distance, Su Yin had no problem dealing with a few pistols at the same time, but he couldn't deal with the people in the car. Although he was confident that he could dodge the bullets, there were so many people in front of the bank. If an ordinary person was accidentally injured, wouldn't it be a sin? Therefore, Su Yin could only wait. "Surnamed Su, Chen Jianzhong has something with our brother Kuan, so we can only take him away. You better know your place," one of the people holding a gun said to Su Yin fiercely. "Also, let me tell you, don't think that you can escape punishment. People who offend Brother Kuan won't have a good ending." After that, the guy waved his hand and said to the others, "Take him away." Chen Jianzhong complained and begged for mercy, but these people didn't care about him. Chen Jianzhong had no choice but to ask Su Yin for help. "Save me. Let Brother Guang save me. I didn't return the money because of De Kuan. I beg you, let Brother Guang save me." Chapter 2135. Su Yin furrowed his brows tightly. It turned out that the matter was far more complicated than they had imagined. This damn Chen Jianzhong and De Kuan were also related and involved. This De Kuan had really stretched his hand too far. He wanted to interfere in everything. How could such a person survive in the society? He really didn't know what Wang Jingjin was thinking. Wasn't he afraid that De Kuan would suddenly stretch his hand into Wang Jingjin's management one day? At that time, Wang Jingjin's own position might not be stable, right? Damn De Kuan. Su Yin didn't waste any more time, and quickly dialed Li Guang's number. Time couldn't be wasted. Li Guang was investigating Fatty Tian's wife and child. According to the clues he had now, Fatty Tian's wife and child were most likely dead. Now he received a call from Su Yin saying that Chen Jianzhong had been taken away by De Kuan's people. What De Kuan had done was beyond Li Guang's tolerance. Li Guang couldn't care so much now. He asked Su Yin to find him immediately. He wanted to bring people to negotiate with De Kuan. Li Guang and De Kuan agreed to meet at a clubhouse in Simsha Sui. This was basically De Kuan's headquarters. There were about 100 of De Kuan's subordinates in the clubhouse. Hence, De Kuan was absolutely fearless here. Li Guang didn't stand on ceremony. He brought more than 20 cars of people to the clubhouse where De Kuan was. This indeed made De Kuan's subordinates a little scared. Who would bring so many people for a meeting? There were at least 70 to 80 people in these 20 cars. De Kuan's subordinates didn't let all the cars in. They only let Li Guang's car and a few people in the car into the clubhouse. Then, in order to prevent the people in the cars outside from causing trouble, half of the people De Kuan arranged in the clubhouse came to the entrance of the clubhouse. On one side, there were De Kuan's subordinates. On the other side, there were people brought by Li Guang. Both sides were full of people. Everyone had an arrogant look on their faces. The people Li Guang brought had red strings tied around their arms. It was obvious what this meant. This meant that when they fought later, the brothers with the red strings on their arms shouldn't be cut. It was also to tell the other party that if they were to really fight later, they should look for those with red strings. Don't be a F*** king coward. Based on this lineup, it was definitely the rhythm of a real fight. Since Li Guang was prepared, he dared to tear apart De Kuan's face. Now there was nothing left to say. De Kuan had gone too far. There was nothing left to talk about. De Kuan drank his tea while waiting for Li Guang's arrival. He still didn't believe that Li Guang could do anything to him. This was because De Kuan's impression of Li Guang was that he wasn't someone who was easily angered, and Li Guang wasn't someone who was particularly ruthless. The reason why Li Guang was able to reach his current position was because he had strong principles. That was why he was appreciated by Wang Jingjin. However, during this 1 year, De Kuan had used a different method to interpret it. He had also gained Wang Jingjin's appreciation. That was because he was ruthless enough. No matter who dared to go against him, De Kuan would let them know the consequences of going against him. This ruthlessness also led to De Kuan's current status. De Kuan and Li Guang weren't the same type of people. In De Kuan's world, as long as he was ruthless enough, everyone would be afraid of him. As long as he was ruthless enough, everyone would be afraid of him. As long as he was ruthless enough, he could get everything he wanted. Li Guang finally arrived. This time he didn't intend to discuss with De Kuan. After entering the room, he frowned coldly. "Hurry up and bring a chair for Brother Guang." De Kuan smiled and ordered his subordinates. He sat on a wide single European-style sofa, but he asked someone to bring a wooden chair for Li Guang. Of course, Li Guang didn't give him any face. He kicked the chair that De Kuan's subordinate brought over and sent it flying. "De Kuan, I'm not here to drink tea with you today. Tell me, what did you do to Fatty Tian's wife? If you haven't done anything, you still have time to stop." De Kuan was stunned. Brother Guang is indeed Brother Guang, the light of Formosa. "What? Brother Guang, do you have accurate evidence? That's why you came to find me?" Although De Kuan didn't directly admit it, he had indirectly told Li Guang that he did it. If he didn't have evidence, he shouldn't talk to him about this matter. "I'm warning you for the last time, stop. De Kuan, no matter what, Fatty Tian is still a member of the society. He's also working for the society," Li Guang said. "You really don't leave any way out for yourself." De Kuan smiled slightly. "Brother Guang, you know how I De Kuan do things. I never do things that I'm not sure of, and I never give up halfway. If I, De Kuan, want to do something, then I will definitely do it thoroughly in one go." Li Guang knew in his heart that there was probably no chance to salvage this matter. "You really don't leave any way out for yourself. Brother Guang, who said that I didn't leave any way out?" De Kuan laughed out loud. "You don't have any evidence to prove what I did. Do you think that just because you say that I killed Fatty Tian's wife and children, I killed them? I can even say that you killed them and then framed me. You have to pay attention to evidence when you do things." Li Guang clenched his fists. "De Kuan, this bastard. Then hand Chen Jianzhong over to me," Li Guang said. "This is not something without evidence. I don't care what grudges you have with Chen Jianzhong. Ask him to come out and pay me back the money that he owes me. You can deal with the rest of the matter as you wish. Even if you kill him, it has nothing to do with me." Brother Guang is really ruthless. De Kuan sighed. Li Guang gritted his teeth and said, "Let me tell you before I get back the money, you'd better not touch a single hair on him." "Brother Guang, I'm sorry, this Chen Jianzhong also owes me money," De Kuan said. "So, whoever catches him first will let him pay back the money first. Don't you think so? There has to be a first come first serve when doing things." Li Guang was about to fall out with him. De Kuan took out a piece of paper. "Look, this is an IOU. 56 million Hong Kong dollars. He owes me, and even his handprint is on it. Don't you think I should ask him for it? Did I violate the rules?" Li Guang snatched the so-called IOU. The handprint on it was fresh. It had just been pressed. Without a word, Li Guang tore the IOU into pieces. "Ha ha ha, Brother Guang, don't be angry," De Kuan said. "Tear it. It's fine. I still have more. Tear it up for Brother Guang." With that said, De Kuan took out another piece of paper and handed it to Li Guang. He had prepared many of them. He knew that Li Guang would do that. "De Kuan, don't blame me for what happened today," Li Guang said. "Wait a moment." De Kuan smiled and said, "Brother Guang, Don't say that I'm not a particular person. If you say that you and Chen Jianzhong made an appointment to go to the bank first, then fine. I can discuss this money with you and get him to return it to you first. However, I have a condition. Li Guang frowned. What condition? Yesterday your man? Yes, that's him, Su Yun. Did I remember wrongly? The Kuan said. You saw how he treated me. He has no manners at all. Who does he think he is? What right does he have to attack me? Force me to drink? All right, then apologize to me today. After that, we can discuss everything. Li Guang glared. The Kuan had already called for his subordinates to push a cart over. There was an entire layer of 20 cups on it. Each cup was filled with 20 different kinds of spirits. There were all kinds of them. Aren't you going to force me to drink? The Kuan sneered. Then I'll let you know the consequences. Li Guang obviously wouldn't agree to Su Yun's actions. It was impossible. 20 cups of spirits. If he drank them together, it would add up to 5,000 milliliters. It was equivalent to drinking 6 to 7 bottles of spirits in one go. He would definitely drink someone to death on the spot. The Kuan was here for Su Yun. He wanted to force Su Yun into a corner. Impossible, Li Guang said. The Kuan, don't go overboard. Take a bottle of alcohol. I'll drink with you today. I'll drink first as a sign of respect. This matter will be resolved like this. If you don't agree, then there's no room for discussion. You're tuning in to the Earbook Haven YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.